Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We're here. Tornado
We're all
Tag
here.
podcast number 69.
69.
Nice. So as you can see, live at the table is myself, Andy, and Brian. What's going on, man?
I'm totally at the table.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, it's just
right there.
We have we spared no expense here at Tornado Tag Podcast with special effects and CGI. We have a hologram
Look
Brian
at all that.
clearly sitting in that
All
chair.
the fanciness that you can find right there.
Yeah.
And then right up there. Look, I can just
Like
grab that
Tupac.
one. Yeah.
We have our hologram Tupac Brian. We're gonna change the style of the show a little bit.
We're gonna change the business.
We're gonna and shows may go a little longer. So if that's what you're into, you're gonna love it. We are live on Twitch now. The replays will still be on YouTube as well as Facebook. And if you're listening to this on audio, everything will be there. If you are here joining us on Twitch, you can join in on the chat, say hi to us. So we got our first one here. Our super fan Alexis is here. She says hi to everybody. What do you think of the look? Does it look cool? You see Brian's clearly sitting here at the table with us. You know.
Yeah, obviously. Where else would I be?
So
I'm certainly not in my bedroom.
we're gonna do a little bit of a history of wrestling, like some cool stuff. Like we're gonna do a little new segments. We're gonna do a little bit of recap, but not as much as we did in the past.
Not a history of wrestling, more like a this.
Yeah,
day,
like
you
this
know,
this
or
week
yeah.
in, and then we're gonna
not
do
like
some
wrestling started in 1912.
this week in wrestling. Because I do think it's cool learning about some of the older stuff, and it may bring you back to go look at it. And then Andy has a segment he's gonna do where he's gonna bring an old Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine,
Like,
and we're gonna
start
do
over.
some. We're gonna look into some cool stuff there, and then we'll do a little bit of recap. But I think the main thing we're gonna talk about this week is we're gonna prepare for Extreme Rules,
I'll prepare.
the
horror
horror show
at Extreme Rules.
at Extreme Rules. Andy, if you watch Knock
Hey,
High School,
Slammiversary is also Saturday.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
The,
yeah,
the
Impact.
horror show at Slammiversary.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna be a horror show.
And
But
then
anyway.
I am drinking here tonight the Broken Skull IPA, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Swig of beer. Take a swig of beer for the working man.
All right, here it is.
That's what you used to say. Swig of beer for the working man here on Stone Cold Podcast.
That's a good fucking beer, Brian. I'm gonna save you a can of that, brother.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna. I bought 2 4-packs.
Okay.
I drank a good bit, and then I took like 6 of them up to Steve Fulton's, and then
Okay.
me, Steve, and his buddy came in from Pittsburgh, and we had we had the
Yeah.
rest. We had 2 each, and then I was like, man, I really like it. I want more. So I went back to the store and I got their last 3.
Huh.
And when I get beer like that, I want people to try it. So
Yeah.
I gave like probably a whole 4-pack away, and it's not cheap, but I like to help.
Yeah.
I like to share experiments.
Apparently, it's more circulation now. More places.
Yeah, which is good.
It-
It's one of the things I told my beer store, like, please keep getting it, and I will buy
Yeah.
a 4-pack or
It's
2 each
got a
week.
good gimmick. It's like, Steve Austin. Although it does look like a Cactus Jack can with the barbed
Yeah.
wire and the. Wild
It
West
tastes
themed.
like beer, but it has an orange flavor.
Oh, okay.
Like it has a citrusy.
Well, goddamn, pal.
Well, goddamn, it got a little orange in there.
You don't gotta get high about it.
You know, you got a little orange in your beer. The funny thing is, he talked about when he came back, I guess, to like do a Raw,
Mhm.
and they actually were using these beers.
Okay.
And he goes, goddamn, I took like 4 of them, and I was kind of fucked because they're stronger than obviously
Yeah,
than
they
Miller
get
Lights.
yeah.
These are 6.7.
Stronger and more.
Yeah,
Like
so he,
because that's a 16-ounce can, right?
Mhm. So he got a little tipsy.
It amazes me that when he was at the peak of his popularity around like 98, 99, that they didn't partner up with Anheuser-Busch to do Steve Weiser.
I know. I think Bruce said on one of the podcasts that they looked into it, but they didn't get too far.
Yeah.
And they were going to do a wine with somebody too. Apparently, obviously, Chris Jericho beat him to the punch 2
Like-
years later. But
Like around that time, they bought the Debbie Reynolds Hotel, and I was like, oh, they're going to make it the SmackDown Hotel. They have to. And
Yeah.
then they never did.
yeah, it's just one of the things that they just never did. But they made the XFL.
Yeah.
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about football right now. I'm in a little bit of a depression right now.
No, what can you do?
Man, it's tough. It's tough. You know what? It's. I know that there's a little bit of like obviously ribbing. I get ribbed. My team sucks. My team's going through. I know this is not wrestling or wrestling related, but it is football. We'll talk about it real quick. It is hot news. But I'm a Washington to be announced pro football team.
Washington professional football.
Yeah,
team.
listen, I understand why the team name is there.
What if that was
I'm not fighting it anymore. Just
Yeah.
let it happen so we can start fresh. I just want to get back to football. I'm excited for this season. New coach, new young team. I just want, even if we're terrible, I just want to see this young team build. And 'cause I think we have a future. Like for the first time in a long time for the Redskins, I'm kind of excited for what we can be. I'm sorry for the Washington Pro Football Team. Sorry, I keep saying the retired name.
I hope that's their name.
The Washington no comments.
Yeah.
The Washington. And then, you know, it's one thing if the team lets you down or a player gets hurt or if a player goes into something stupid and then you know what I mean, like you can be like, man, you kind of let us down. But when like the front office does the most despicable, disgusting things of all time, it's like, fuck, man. Like, and then you're like, oh, your team sucks. I'm like, I mean, come on, man.
But
Like,
I mean, that's not the team.
well, I mean, it is, but it's like you have like you have no control over it either way.
The front office isn't the ones that are winning or losing games.
Yeah, but like when your owner just does the most vile, it's heartbreaking. Like it's It's like you literally have no control over
When you
it.
get that money, you think you're
Sucks.
unstoppable.
Yeah, it literally that's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. We'll wait till more stuff comes out, but that'll be our quick football rant. There, we'll get into some pro wrestling. I'm honestly, I don't really know how. Do you want to do the rundown? Actually, let's start with Andy's little segment here. Let's do the.
We can wait that forever. I was just gonna find random questions. So I have these old issues of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
How about we use that for like a game?
Yeah,
We'll do that for the end for a game.
because
Cool.
there's 50 questions. I wasn't gonna go. Let's go 50 questions, but I
Yeah.
just want to get a couple of them. Like the one was best clothesline. So who do you think had the best clothesline in 1996?
Wow.
And there's 4 people, and there's always other.
I like that. We'll save that for the end then.
Yeah.
Brian, let's do. I'll let you introduce your segment. This is going to be your thing. You worked really hard at it. I'm excited for this.
Just basically we're going to do this week in wrestling history. Just some things that have happened. But actually, a lot of this is going to be this day in wrestling history. There's only one thing I kind of prepared here that is not from July 16th. If you're listening live, you're getting the full experience here.
The full experience. Welcome to
the full Monty, I believe they call that.
No.
I'm very excited for this. This is really cool.
So the big story, the huge story is on this day, 32 years ago in 1988, Bruiser Brody was stabbed by Jose Gonzalez in Puerto Rico.
Is this where he was killed?
Yes.
Wow.
And if you've seen The Dark Side of the Ring about Bruiser Brody, if you've seen, if you've listened to my other podcast, Murder My Dude, I think our 3rd episode, we covered the Brody murder and a few others. Basically, the guy who stabbed him, Jose Gonzalez, he wrestled as Invader 1. He was the booker for WWC. And Brody's there getting ready for the show in Puerto Rico that night. And Invader 1, Jose Gonzalez, calls him into the shower. And they're just in there. They're in there themselves. And people hear this loud noise, and they rush in, and Brody's just bleeding out. And there was a lot of traffic outside and a big crowd in the stadium, so it took paramedics forever to get to him, and he died of the injuries the next day. And if you have the ability to see it, I do really recommend the Dark Side of the Ring on that. It was from the 1st season. It was like the 3rd episode, I think.
Now I want to definitely put this out there, but I'm not saying this because I hate when people and it's not just with celebrities, it's in people in general. I think so. I don't want to, when I say it, I don't want to say this is the reason why, but or justify it. I think that the best way I'm trying to say is I'm not justifying what happened, but wasn't there history where Bruiser may have been not the greatest to work with, or he had some?
I don't think it was that. I think or something like he didn't sell for the guy or something. It was a real petty reason.
Okay.
Yeah, there was
like he was out there.
The thing with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're all right.
The thing with those two was that in the 70s, when Brody was doing a quick stint with WWF, and this is back when Vince's father ran WWF, he wrestled Gonzalez and he beat him up really bad. He was very stiff, and I guess after that match, Gonzalez said, "I'm going to kill that man one day." And Brody did have a reputation. He had a reputation for. I know Bobby Heenan didn't like him, and Bobby Heenan didn't like him because he was very much treating the business as a business, and Heenan felt like it happened at the expense of other people. And their stories, he would leave territories a lot. I remember there was a thing with Luger when Luger was leaving Florida and going to Crockett, where they had a cage match, and Brody comes in the cage and he has razors on his fingers, and he's gonna fuck Luger up. So Luger just climbed out of the cage and left. So he had a reputation.
Yeah. And that doesn't justify someone being murdered. But
No.
I just
course.
wanted to put a little bit of light on there. So if you do watch Dark Side of the Ring, if you haven't already,
And they talk about it.
you're kind of a little more prepared for the story. But wow, this day in history, man, the murder of Brody, of Bruiser Brody, crazy.
Mhm.
Actually,
then,
both topics today, I think, are both topics that we've talked about on the show previously, and they happened today in history,
Oh, wow.
which is
Yeah,
kind of nuts.
it's crazy.
Go ahead.
The second thing I have here is from 2000, and it was the ECW XPW incident from Heatwave 2000. And XPW, if you don't know, it was a ECW like promotion. It was out of California. This is almost like, when I think of this, I think like East Coast, West Coast gang wars, Biggie and Tupac type
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
And XPW was the West Coast version of ECW. It never got as big, but it was basically the hardcore. They did a lot more sex stuff because it was literally run by a porn company.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who owned it, Rob Black, was he made his money in the porn
I
industry.
believe they were called
And-
Extreme Entertainment, too, the porn
Oh, really?
company. And
He
it was the 90s, so it was probably X.
He liked this yeah.
Yes.
And so ECW did their Heatwave pay-per-view that year in LA. And it's at the old Grand Olympic, which is where, like, when Blassie and John Tolos in the old LA territory, the Gene LaBelle territory, that's where they ran. And if you remember when we talked about Bearcat Wright, he wrestled in this building quite a lot, and it was still around at this point. And so ECW is running there, and that's XPW's turf. LA is their hometown. And so in the week leading up to the show, it's like XPW is going to try something. XPW is going to do something at the pay-per-view. And so ECW is on high alert. Their security, Atlas Security, is confiscating XPW signs. They're taking blank signs so people can't write XPW
Yeah.
once they get in the building.
Mm.
They're making people turn their XPW shirts inside out. And in the meantime, Rob Black, who owned XPW, he sends some of his guys. One of them was Messiah, who was the guy who later got caught having an affair with Rob Black's wife, and he allegedly had him attacked and had his thumb cut off. And not allegedly, that happened, but allegedly Rob Black was behind it.
He was the
And
hit.
so he's there. Christy Mist, who was a manager and a porn star, was there.
Supreme.
Who
Yeah.
just passed away.
Homeless
I believe.
Jimmy,
I think it was Supreme.
Jimmy the homeless guy, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, homeless Jimmy, Kid
me tell you,
Chaos, and
I-
Chris Kloss, who was an announcer.
I would rather fuck with the XPW guys than I would Atlas Security. That's the truth there. I mean, if you go back and watch the old ECWs or the current security for AEW, I'd much rather do my chances with the XPW guys.
Yeah, they're pretty rough here. So what happens is the plan, according to the XPW side of the story, and most people tend to believe it, it's that they had the six guys, the six people from the front row, in the front row, and they were just at some point in the show they're going to take off the shirts they had, and they were going to have XPW shirts on under it, and they just wanted to get XPW on the show. They wanted to get that name, and then the things just start to go downhill a little bit. In the middle of the card, the Rhino beats the Sandman, and he's mocking the Sandman by chugging a beer after, when he throws the beer toward the XPW people, and Supreme just kind of gives him the mean mug, but nothing happens. And then the main event was Just Incredible and Tommy Dreamer for the ECW title, and Francine was in Dreamer's corner at this point, and then Incredible had, I think, Dawn Marie and maybe another girl. Gorgeous George.
Oh, okay.
Macho Man's ex-wife. They were in his corner, and so they're chanting at Christine. They're chanting at Francine, "Take your top off." ECW chants wouldn't really fly anymore these days, especially the ones directed at Francine.
Yeah.
Jesus, Attitude Era chants won't. fly
It was
today.
worse. It was show your tits. So I mean,
Yeah, and she's a crack whore.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when they're chanting "Take your top off," Christy Mist, the porn star that works for XCW that's in the front row, she gets up, turns around, and just flashes the audience her bra. And that pissed Francine off, because Francine was supposed to have a thing in the match where she gets her top ripped off. Like, she would cover up and everything. It wasn't like they didn't really do nudity on ECW pay-per-views. But she thought that Christy Mist was trying to steal her heat. So she goes over there and argues. And according to the XPW version of the story, at this point, Atlas Security is coming at them, and they bump into Supreme, who then bumps into Christy Mist and, like, makes her stagger a little bit. But everybody thought that she was taking a lunge at Francine, Although Francine later said that nobody touched her.
Yeah.
So that's enough. That's like that's like the match lighting,
Yeah,
and that's
the keg,
that's kind of
yeah.
like what ignites the powder keg exactly.
Yeah.
And the ECW locker room empties out. Like all these ECW people come out. Atlas Security's getting them out of the trying to kick the XPW people out of the building. And Tommy Dreamer even leaves the ring, and because he's the locker room leader. He was like the Undertaker of
Yeah.
ECW, and so he's out there kind of doing things. So while the main event's going on in the ring, there's a brawl with this 6 or 7 XPW people and 20 guys from ECW.
Is
in the
this on
parking
hard
lot.
cam?
No, you
No.
can see a little bit, but yeah, it's off because where their seats
Yeah.
were, like if you're looking at the ring from hard cam, they were like to the left.
Okay.
Yeah, and Joey Styles kind of played it off like it was a drunk fan,
Yeah.
so you didn't really know like exactly what was
So
going on.
ECW production did it as if you
You wouldn't know.
You weren't
If you
keen on it.
if you'd watch it, no, you'd just go, oh, I guess someone's drunk. You know.
Yeah. And yeah, like obviously the crowd's looking, the crowd like even now when you see a fight in the stands, you know,
they all
when there's
blown
fans.
away, yeah.
like Enzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At SummerSlam. or
So-
was it?
So yeah, outside they just like beat up on the XPW people because they're outnumbered 3-1. There's this guy, this manager, Big Sal. He was a like 500-pound guy, and he was like holding people down while other people were like
Big
beating
Sal
on them and stuff.
Graziano. Yeah,
Jeez.
and he was like 6'9" or something like that too.
I'll tell you what. Like if I had to not like if I was like, hey, at the time WCW, WWE, or ECW,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have a fight like an Anchorman style fight.
Yeah.
My money's on ECW.
Yeah, those guys, yeah.
They're crazy. like they're absolutely
Those
insane.
scrappers. But
Yeah.
they beat the hell out of the XPW guys. I mean, they did have them outnumbered, but I mean, they had a bunch of. heavy
In
hitters there.
2000, I might go with WWF at that point. They had Big Show at that point. They
Their
had
stuff,
Shamrock.
yeah.
They had Kurt Angle.
Blackman.
Yeah, but you have
Blackman, yeah.
New Jack, Tommy Dreamer, Sandman,
nuts.
the Dudley Boys. Oh no, the Dudley Boys are
I
now
think
in
the other
WWE.
boys, yeah, at that point.
Yeah.
They're
The
changing.
ECW people are going to be armed, so you have to
Yeah.
Yeah,
take that
they're
into
definitely not
consideration.
coming alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And they said that the cops didn't do anything because they're like, oh, it's just wrestlers fighting wrestlers. This is
Yeah, they
part of
thought it
the
was like
show.
an angle, or
Yeah.
like they didn't like XPW anyway, so yeah, they didn't do much.
That's awesome. And you said this is a rumored episode possibly for next season.
Well, I think heavily because of everything that was around XPW and how they spent the porn money to make the wrestling better, and then his wife or girlfriend at the time that Christy Miss was banging the Messiah, which was like Tommy Dreamer of XPW.
wow.
And apparently the rumor was he sent them there to cut his dick off. And these guys, they got in a fight with Messiah, and they managed to cut his thumb off with garden shears. And he's missing a
Yeah,
thumb.
And they broke a fish tank over his back.
Yeah. And then he was also in CZW then, too.
Yeah, that
Jesus.
was around the time he jumped ship because
Yeah.
after ECW closed down, XPW came to Philly, and there was a while where they had exclusive rights to the ECW arena, and everybody else had to find like new places and everything. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, and then XPW went out of business, obviously. And his porn company went out of business, too. And his porn company
Yeah.
was extreme porn, so like maybe like some fists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he
wild
wound up
stuff.
getting arrested. It was something about like I think it was something to do with the porn business.
Yeah, like
I just have in my
underage.
head right now getting my thumb cut off with garden shears, and that
Ugh,
doesn't sound
no.
awesome at all.
I have,
No.
no, it must have been horrible. I have a XPW video cassette, actually.
Really?
It's some, yeah. Back when wrestling was huge, I bought it. I didn't know nothing. I think I got it FYE. It was like $10. I was like, what is XPW? And they were trying so hard to be ECW. I know in it, they're like,
Mhm.
the one guy, there's some a match, and he hits him over the head with an ECW thing, video cassette, and he's like, well, you won't be needing that anymore. Because I guess it was right after they went out of business, but then
Yeah.
XPW went
And
out
if-
of business right away.
And if you remember the New Jack episode of Dark Side of the Ring, the match where he tried to kill Vic Grimes by throwing him off the scaffold, that was XPW.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Now, since our last episode too, you guys, I think I don't think we've had. I think it was during our break because I went on vacation and then we missed last week, and then we're back now. But we got a new logo since then. We got our brand new logo.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we did, yeah.
A huge shout out to Andrew Lobo, as you may know
Mhm.
him from the Sambo show. He actually designed our logo. If you are interested, we are. I mean, give us some time because I'm not made of money. You know what I mean? And I want to pay people for their work. But we are open to having more logos. I think this is gonna be our traditional logo for a while. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
is gonna
very
be our
nice, yeah.
logo. But if you want to make a fan logo and incorporate another wrestling move, like if you want to do a super kick or a off the top
Or if you
rope,
have some
or
cool
a
idea that's
suplex,
wrestling themed.
yeah, or anything wrestling themed, we are accepting them. Obviously, it does help if you digitally do the artwork. You know, obviously drawing, it's not going to be able to help us. But if you
Yeah.
do, I mean, we always love drawings too. If you have a drawing, you can give it to us at one of the shows. Give it to Andy. Give it to myself. We'll put it on the podcast. We'll share it. I know Alexis always does us cool drawings. But we are open to that kind of stuff. It is really cool. The new logo merch is out. The banner will be coming. I'm going to order it next paycheck. I think Teespring just sent me an email saying they're pretty much back on full production, so it's not going to take forever to get stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, officially now every show has its own logo.
Millie bought a mask.
Yeah, Millie from the far left side.
From the left side.
From the left side. Bought a mask. So huge thank you to Millie. It was that's the first mask out right now. Yeah, I have 2 Bangin' Beer ones coming in. Because I thought at this point in time we were going to be able to go to bars and breweries again, but that's not the case. Which
hey, listen, you just have to order food.
Yeah,
yeah, you just get a beer and a cheeseburger, you know. But yeah, so
they're just going to start selling individual pretzels.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. But listen, man. I think with the whole wave going again, it is what it is. You gotta do whatever you can to protect your state. It sucks, but it is what it is. So we'll get into a little bit of news here. Unless you have, is there anything else in this day?
I do. I do have
I'm sorry.
things. So we have some birthdays too. So in 2001, these are going to be nearly as long as the other two were.
Yeah, no rush.
This day in 2001, Terry Gordy unfortunately passed away. One of the fabulous Freebirds, incredible tag team with Dr. Death Steve Williams in Japan and WCW.
What would be one of your top moments for him?
He was in a really great War Games in, I think it was the Bash '89. I want to say it's the Freebird, so it's him, Michael Hayes, and I don't know if it was Jimmy Garvin or Buddy Roberts. It's them and the Samoans, which was I think Fatu and Samu, Fatu being Rikishi, and they're against I forget the team they're against. It's like Dr. Death and I think the Road Warriors. I think it might have been Dr. Death, the Road Warriors, and the Superpowers or something like that, but. All those old War Games are phenomenal, and that one's no different. They had some really fun matches with the Steiners. If you go back to like Clash of the Champions and Beach Blast in 1992 when Bill Watts was doing WCW.
Was Terry Gordy UWF champion, not the Herb Abrams UWF? The Bill Watts UWF?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the Mid. I don't know if it was UW Mid-South or UWF at that point, but he was. Yeah. And then. You can skip this, but for about a month or two, he was the Executioner in WWF.
Yeah. Well,
the Undertaker. But what happened with Terry Gordy is he did have his demons. And this is a rumor. I don't know if this is ever confirmed, but he's supposedly in the mid '90s. He was he was on a plane in Japan. He worked in Japan a lot, and he took a bunch of pills. And he had a stroke on the plane, and he was never really the same again.
Yeah.
And that was before he was the Executioner, because he just was a shell of himself at that point. And he also he did some ECW stuff. They did a battle of the Bam Bams because his nickname was Bam Bam, so it was Terry Bam Bam Gordy against Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
Real quick, and this is not making an excuse for drug use and stuff. But you have to realize when these guys are on the road, they're out there.
Yeah.
Majority of the year, they don't see their families. They don't do anything. Loneliness does kick in. You're doing insane things at your body over and over and over and over again. You're probably working out to stay fit.
Yeah.
Like it's just a lot of toll on you. And a lot of these guys did turn to alcohol.
It was
drugs.
That, and it was kind of like
there was a party scene.
Yeah, it was kind of like that's
the
just what you
Freebirds
do.
were party.
Yeah,
the Freebirds were like the partiers too.
Yeah, so it was
wrestlers at that point in time were rock stars, man. They showed up in town. They could walk into a bar. They get whatever they want. You know what I mean? It was it's crazy.
And he also started wrestling when he was 14, so that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, he was a big dude. So.
And yeah, his son actually wrestled Ray Gordy. He was Jesse from Jesse and Festus with Luke Gallows.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was Slam Master Jay.
Do we get the Gallows?
He was not good.
Do we get the Gallows and Anderson back this weekend?
Yes.
At
everybody should be a free agent soon.
Yeah. I think that's official.
I think the only person we're not going to see anytime soon, well, maybe a couple weeks, is Rusev because he tested positive for COVID, which is a shame.
I mean, they could probably do a video thing, but he said he's not even feeling any what do you call that?
Any symptoms?
Yeah, symptoms. That was side effects.
Yeah. Apparently DDP. He said he got tested negative, but he had all the symptoms, and a lot of his family has it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's happening too. Is some people are getting tested and they're not good at all, and they're like, no matter what they're testing, it's not
Yeah.
coming up. So it's like another one of those things where like we think you have it figured out, and then something else
Yeah.
is a little screwy.
Mm-hmm.
But
And then the other news thing I have was actually July 15th. And it was Eric Bischoff. Hell froze over on July 15th, 2002. Eric Bischoff is announced as the new general manager of Raw.
From one son of a bitch to another.
when
Eric Bischoff.
when do you think Eric Bischoff goes to AEW?
Well, considering that they just did a podcast 3 days
Yeah.
ago, in a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he will be? Do you think
It was
AEW?
Conrad, Tony Khan, and Eric.
Really?
So,
Now, do you think Eric? Do you think they'll ever do a GM or a leader, ownership figure in AEW?
probably at some point, but I don't see it right now. I don't see Eric Bischoff doing that. And
I
don't
mean,
see,
they've mentioned Tony Khan by name, but he's
Yeah.
never been like a character.
I don't see him being a character because Tony Khan is not a good public speaker.
So what if Tony Khan goes? I'm the boss, but I'm going to hire a GM to run the show.
Maybe. I don't know if they would go with Bischoff. I don't know would Bischoff want to do it. I mean, it's only once a week, but I don't know. I'd say there's a small possibility.
What if Bischoff joins the commentary team?
No, he was not a good announcer.
Yeah,
No?
I couldn't see that. They have enough.
He's a good personality, but they have enough
Yeah.
non-wrestling personalities.
They have like
I don't know.
5 commentators.
They do, and they rotate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm just kind of.
And then
spitballing there.
birthdays. That's the other thing I have here. Is I
Yeah,
have some birthdays.
Yeah,
to
I
run
didn't
through.
scroll all the way down. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like this a lot.
Well, the first
You're
birthday
playing
here is
some
going to be
catch-up.
somebody that Andy knows quite well, and he's 60. He was 61 years old on last Friday. That's Dwayne Gill.
Dwayne Gill, how about that? Yeah, recently retired.
Oh, he did retire.
Yes, he did retire. His last match was with James Ellsworth.
Really?
Mhm.
And he your match with him was just on PPW's YouTube page, the
Wow.
best of PPW.
Wow, that's awesome. How about
Yeah,
that?
You got
Mhm.
you got
Hope
showcased.
that's my into NWA. Someone watches that. Wow, that guy can work.
Yeah, you are featured on the best of PPW.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, real
That's
quick,
awesome.
just to plug PPW and give them go follow them on Facebook, YouTube, all social media, PPW Wrestling.
Yeah.
They hooked me up with
PPW Entertainment.
Yeah,
PPW
PPW
Entertainment. Thank you. I got my PPW Strong T-shirt,
Okay,
the American
red,
flag
white, blue one. Yeah.
and they actually hooked me up with a really nice polo because
Oh.
I may be making an appearance
I was
on
gonna
the
say,
best of PPW.
I don't think many people have them.
Yeah, I think it was a very exclusive thing to get
Yeah.
that polo, and I'm very appreciative they have me in mind,
Mhm.
and we are working out some details of what I can do and possibly join the team of the best of PPW
Okay.
while this is over. I wouldn't say we're definitely in a working relationship with PPW,
Yeah.
but it's not like I don't want people to hear that and think, well, they'll never come to our shows and cover it.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
the
yeah.
case. But when it comes to independent wrestling, PPW was the first ones to really open their doors to us, welcome us, let us be a part of their program, and give us that full access. And so for that, I mean, we're gonna show them a lot more love. You know what I mean? Like, we do love them. I do love Outbreak. I wish, to a GCW, and I didn't really go to Atomic show, but it was in the
Yeah.
Atomic building, but it was a GCW show. But they're the only three
You're
that
thinking
really.
true wrestling, but it's
Sorry,
okay. It's
true,
all right.
true, not Atomic, true. So we are open to
GSW,
Ghost,
yeah.
yeah.
GCW is the ones that do crazy stuff.
Thank you, I appreciate
But
that.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
But there's a lot of local
I'm terrible with names.
You'll
But
work with any.
we are
any
willing to work
promotion
with
that we'll have
anybody,
here.
but I think when it comes down to it, if somebody was doing the same show the night of a PPW,
Yeah.
we're gonna be a PPW. That's
I actually watched on July 4th. They did GCW Backyard.
Okay.
And oh my goodness, that was a crazy show. They had a guy had a firecracker set off right by his groinal area.
Oh boy.
Facade was breathing fire. He took a kryptonite crunch through a flaming table.
Wow. It's,
a,
it's all the
yeah, it
wacky
was
stuff
a-
kids
it was
did
a
in the
nutty show.
90s.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely go check out all independent wrestling and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But definitely go check out the best of PPW over on their Facebook page. But go ahead. I'm
Couple
sorry,
more-
Brian.
Yeah, a couple more birthdays here. July 11th this past Saturday, which is my aunt's birthday. She's 81, but she's not a wrestler. Butch Reed, the natural Butch Reed.
she
Hacksaw
wrestling
Butch
fan?
Reed.
Did you know he created Netflix? That's a joke from Conrad.
Was your aunt a wrestling fan?
No. not at
Hated
all.
wrestling. Okay.
I don't think she hated it. She was like a fan. My dad was a fan, and I had a cousin I was very close to who was a big fan, but yeah, not my aunt. Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd is 40.
Wow.
And moving on to this past Monday, July 12th, Brock
TJ Wilson.
Lesnar is 43, Hurricane Helms
Wow.
is 46, and Sami Zayn is 36.
Wow, I thought Brock was older. But, wow.
Wow.
From July 13th, which was Monday, Necro Butcher, 47.
Wow.
Speaking of GCW
Yeah.
and deathmatch wrestling.
And CZW.
X-Pac, 48. And Mrs. Kensuke Sasaki, Akira Hokuto, is 52.
Yeah. She was on Nitro a couple times.
It's
She was-
crazy.
yeah, the
It's crazy looking at some of
Short-lived
these
WCW
names
Women's Champion, yeah.
and
Yeah.
how old they actually are. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think like I'm a fat piece of shit sitting here doing a podcast, and these guys are 50-some years old in the best shape of their lives.
Age is a weird thing. Like Ben, like I said to Ben, Ben's so hung up on age. He's like, "Well, you're your age." I'm like, "Ben, I'm only like 6 years older than you. It's not a big deal."
Yeah.
But anyway, like you think of like when people like when Bob Backlund came back, he was like 43 or something. People are like, "Oh, he's old. He's over the hill." AJ Styles is 43 right now. I think
Yeah. He
42
looks
or something. Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. And you wouldn't think AJ Styles can wrestle anybody in the world. So
Mhm.
it's weird. It's age is a weird thing.
One of the next names on this list here, he's still a guy you could build a company around, and he's almost 50 years old, which is crazy to think about. But go ahead.
49 years old, Bully Ray.
Bully Ray, yeah, he
Could
might be going to Impact.
He can legit still run a company.
Mhm.
He can legit go to a company and be your top guy.
Yeah.
50 years old, almost 50 years old.
And born the exact same day, didn't know this, Joey Styles.
Wow.
Also 49
my
on the
God.
14th.
Oh my God!
Joey Styles. I wish that's one of the guys that everyone wants to come back to wrestling. Come on back, Joey. We need you. You work at AEW, you can be their sixth commentator.
He can go to NXT and him and Morrow can
Oh my
have the
God.
scream offs.
I would Joey and Beth. That'd be great.
Yeah. All right, slap nuts. Who's the next birthday?
Jeff Jarrett. Was that a throw? Did we lose Brian?
Oh, hold on, Brian. For some reason we
Brian's
lost
talking.
audio.
Yeah. So Brian's talking
What
right now.
just happened?
You're moving your mouth, but no words are coming out.
What is going on?
So
How
as
did we
you-
lose Brian?
As you do that, I was gonna say
Go ahead.
it's
Yeah.
not Jeff Jarrett's birthday. Slapnuts, 1999, the T-shirt. I kind of want that shirt, to be honest with you.
I have no idea what's going on here. Nope, we
Oh my
can't hear
God.
you, man. It
Is-
might be something on our end.
Is it something on his end?
Everything's like we have your video, but your audio dropped out.
Wow. I don't know.
He's gonna quit and rejoin.
Okay.
There's a little thumbnail of me while we figure it out. Maybe he's gonna back out and rejoin. Hopefully, listen. This is our first time trying this. Little technical difficulties.
Now you know about XPW. Ain't that something?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I don't know. This is our first. We're really just honestly, if you're watching this, this is a complete cold run.
Mhm.
We're trying to figure this out and try to find a new path. But I'm digging this week in wrestling and the birthdays and stuff.
Yeah.
This is pretty neat. I like this a lot. I wonder if he needs another link, but he should pop back in a second here.
If not, I'll flip through the 1996 PWI Pro Wrestling Illustrated issue here.
Well, do we have any news that we could talk about while we're waiting for Brian?
So I know you don't watch New Japan, but Evil beat Naito. The
Now-
upset victory. He won the New Japan Cup, which is a tournament, and he
Yeah.
beat some big names there. I know he beat Tanahashi and Sonata and somebody else, and Okada, but he did cheat and he joined the Bullet Club. So now Evil is evil, and he beats Naito, but the match was not too hot.
I see you, Brian, but I'm not hearing you. It might be something on our end. Hold on. I don't know, man. It just took a weird shit on us.
That is weird. Is there like a link or something? I mean,
Hold on. Let's try this. Let's try to change the audio in
There
back
you go.
and forth. Try now.
I'm
Whoa.
trying.
There he is. That's all we had to
There I
do.
am.
Now you know.
All right. Yeah.
Knowing is half the battle.
Now, didn't I make a weird? Now, I'm not. It's not one of those things where like I knew something, or I'm not going to be like.
You know, ghetto.
No. I'm not throwing shade, but like we used to pick on Dave on the show. Like, oh, you know, you were
Yeah.
right one time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But I made a weird joke saying, "What Evil's gonna win?" The only reason I know him is because he dates EO,
Yeah.
and they end up winning it. And you're like, and I think everyone was like, "There's no chance he
Yeah,
wins."
and he won. So, but a lot of people are saying like a lot of the top stars can't get there. Jay White, Bull Club, Kenna, Bull Club.
Now, is Evil good? Is he good in the ring?
He's pretty
Is-
good,
is
but
he
he's not. I wouldn't put him as a New Japan heavyweight world champion level. Like he's had some great matches, but
I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to be like a long-term champion like an Okada.
yeah, I would much rather if Sonata won and Sonata turned because he was the only guy in the group that did not have a belt.
Okay.
Yeah, and Evil actually is a triple champion because him, Bushi, and Shingo were the six-man tag team champions.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But
Now-
he said that he doesn't care about that belt anymore. He doesn't need them, so he's just giving it up. But he is the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, so it was like, wow, Evil won, and the match was not too good.
No.
Yeah, so it's like, that was one of the criticisms. Can Evil have these like classic New Japan level matches?
Yeah.
He's had some, but that one wasn't.
Not
So
not
hot.
his best.
No.
Now I don't know exactly where we lost you, Brian, or what, but we kind of.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so everybody kind of put it together. Jeff Jarrett on July 14th was 53. Charlie Caruso is 33
Wow.
now. Going to yesterday, Heath Slater got kids, doesn't have a job, but he's 37.
Might have a job Saturday.
While we were
Yeah.
away, he did make an appearance on TV.
He did?
And he looked
Yeah.
great. He looked good.
He did.
Best promo of his life.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah, it's funny because we were I was behind, so I was a little behind on Raw, right? So I'm typing in the chat like, yo, they brought Slater back.
He's got to do good.
And I was like, this is a great storyline. This is a good arc. And then he's gone forever.
he lost about a minute, and that was the end of it. Later.
And I was just like, fuck you, WWE. Like, I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Then a few older people too had birthdays yesterday. The Boogeyman, who was
Ooh.
kicked off of Tough Enough because of his age, because he said he was 30 and he was 40. He is now 56.
And he still looks great. The Boogeyman is cut to
he was going to
shreds.
be the main attraction at High Tension Wrestling.
Yes.
Yep. Him and a guy we cannot talk about.
Yeah, some other guy.
Because he's
Not the guy that won the Royal Rumble and then went on to win the world title at WrestleMania. What was that, 20? Not that guy.
Another guy we can
Yeah.
no longer say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this guy just killed his career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Who
So-
would have thought the guy with that gimmick would have been a creep?
Yeah.
You thought you would have steer cleared, you know?
Yeah.
All
The
right.
guy that likes to do the German suplex by grabbing women's breasts. Was
Yeah. He's a
little bit of a-
he's a sexual
The guy who
predator.
He's a
is
sex pervert.
obsessed with his penis
Yeah.
has shown off his penis.
Yeah, how about that?
Let's not do that. Girls don't want to see
I
it.
said to somebody, I was like, if I went to the show and he didn't do it, I'd be upset. But I'm not a girl.
I'm not a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, here's the
I don't
thing,
want to be cornered
maybe-
in a hotel room.
Yeah. Now, if it's different, it's the whole locker room, and like, oh, look at that nut. You
Yeah.
know? But no
Here's the
pun
thing.
intended there.
Maybe there's a conspiracy afoot.
Oh, yeah?
And this person didn't do these things. And I know who could get to the bottom of this. And he turned 69
Was it
yesterday.
Clarence May? Oh, who?
The former governor of Minnesota, Jesse Ventura.
Now listen to lizard people.
He probably could get to the bottom of it. I mean, if he looked into
He
it,
has government
I mean,
clearances.
but many people were against Joey, and
He's got to go off the
I
grid to
was a
Mexico.
Navy SEAL.
in Mexico, you can find out many things. I've seen a great deal of things there. So,
What a psychopath.
Mhm.
All right.
No, I always liked Jesse Ventura.
Is this our oldest birthday here?
Yeah, this is by far the oldest, and still refuses to lose. Mil Mascaris is 77.
No, yep. Mil Mascaris. It's like I've only known him as the guy that doesn't want to lose, and like he just does a crossbody, and like I don't get it, but I didn't watch him in his prime, so maybe.
Yeah, the magazine people loved him, and he's an icon in Mexico. He did a lot of movies. He didn't do
Yeah.
as many as Santo, but yeah, he's one of those crossover
Yeah, I guess he'd be
celebrities.
like the Hogan for a young Mexican kid growing up in the 70s.
Yeah.
But,
And then for today's birthdays, we were talking about Taz earlier. His cousin, Chris Chetty, the first
Ooh.
graduate of ECW's House of Hardcore,
yeah, Chris Chetty.
is 46 years old.
Remember near the end he got like a pimp dancing kind of gimmick?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
I
he
forget
was-
what they called
yeah,
him. Heartthrob or heart? I forget. He was tagging with oh jeez.
Nova.
No, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was pretty good, and then he just kind of when ECW went out of business, he kind of went out of business. So
Yeah, and I remember what he said was just the rookie, Chris Chetty.
yeah.
That's the whole thing.
And then our
Don't
last
talk
birthday.
And
about
then-
my fucking cousin like that, brother.
And then our final birthday here, 44 years old today, is Bobby Lashley.
Bobby.
Oh god.
Oh, no, Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley.
I
I
do.
sound like an old time salesman or something.
I miss him though, man. I like Leo. I thought he was entertaining. And when they actually let him wrestle, he was good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was fantastic.
I love this. I love that match he had with Garza in
Oh
NXT.
my god.
Yeah.
When he was the champion there.
There's
was
a good
fantastic.
pickup for New Japan when people can travel again.
Yeah.
In the junior heavyweight division.
I would grab him for Impact too.
Mm.
Impact or
ROH.
ROH. He'd be fantastic at ROH. All right, well, let's jump into some local stuff here.
Yeah. We thought for a little bit this wasn't going to happen
Mhm.
because of some rule changes, but Atomic Wrestling and Rogue Women Warriors are back on this coming Saturday, July 18th.
Mhm.
Smells like a freak show.
Yes, it is in.
Not a horror show.
Yeah.
A freak show.
And how about
Yeah.
that? Like it just happened to work out that way. It is in Newmanstown, Pennsylvania. It's right off 419. The Orioles It's kind of like a VFW type thing. So
Yeah.
because the limitations of the virus and stuff, only 25 people indoors. You can have 250 people outside. So the show got moved outside. It's right outside the Oreos in the parking lot. So
Now there is
Doing
another
what we
show. There is another show in New Jersey. I think it might be this weekend. It's the women's show.
is that this?
I th-
No, I think that's later on.
Is it?
Yeah.
The one with Dina
'Cause she's
and Christina
Sh-
Marie.
She's at this show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Cool.
She's
Yeah,
at,
I have the.
yeah. He has
I
the card.
think I have the full card here.
Go ahead.
I can
Let's see
run
what
it
we got.
down.
If not, I can pull it up.
It's I believe one of the matches is going to be and Andy, you can confirm for me here. I believe these are minis, little people wrestlers.
Well-
Chowberg against Jay Savage.
Yeah. So Chow. He used to have a different gimmick. He was Mr. What was his name? It was a very stereotypical name, Mr. Wang or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's not very small, but he's like 5'3". And in the last show, they gave him the Goldberg gimmick, and it got over. So that's
Really?
why he's doing and it was pretty good.
And he's
so.
Chowberg.
Yeah, and he's Chowberg now. He's
Is it the
He's an
guy
Asian
who
guy.
who wrestles with at Atomic and stuff? I
Yeah.
know he was having some issues where, like, when the Corona thing first started, people were kind of like, because he's Asian, they were saying fucked up shit to him on social media. I kind of followed
possibly.
him.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Tate used to post the pictures of him freaking out Pokemon cards. I don't know if you've seen those.
No.
Yeah, he collects Pokemon cards and he'd open up. He's like, I spent $50. I didn't get nothing.
Oh my god. We need to have now that we can do the box. We need more people to join us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Our next match here.
Megan Mason against Veda Scott in the first of our women's matches.
I own a Veda Scott shirt when she
Yeah.
was at PPW.
Yeah,
Very
she's
nice.
Coming back.
Yeah, very
Hopefully
cool.
She makes it.
Yeah.
And Megan is like a brawler type looking
Really?
chick. Yeah, tough looking chick.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this show, but I'm bummed because I want to go. But here's the thing: I do have some plans Saturday,
Mhm.
but I am a little worried about being in public places.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like so I'm like I don't know. I'm torn. I'm torn. Alexa says she's excited. Are you going to the show this weekend? Or are you excited? Were you excited for the all women show in New Jersey? Because I definitely cannot make that show. Drive to New Jersey. I just out of my.
I'm gonna look. I don't think that's.
It's not happening. Or it's not.
It's not.
It might be a
Saturday.
little
Yeah.
way away. All right. So the next match, the Rogue Women's #1 contender match.
Yes, it's Adina Steele, as Andy said, he's on the show, against Danny Moe and Trixie Tash.
I do not know Trixie Tash.
You would like her.
Yeah.
She wants to look like a little pixie and she's like face paint. She kind
Okay.
of reminds me of like almost like a Flash villain, kind of like like a gimmick like that. She's very good.
Okay. And then we got the Tri-State title match.
It is Bones defending the Tri-State title against Scotty Jeffries.
I'm not sure either one of those
Yeah, so
guys.
Scotty Jeffries, I've wrestled him before. He's been at ACW for years and years and years and years. I believe he lost the Tri-State title to Bones at the last show, the one before. So I've never wrestled Bones. I believe it's one of Tate's trainees. And
Cool.
that all women show is the Goddesses of War, and that's July 24th.
All right. Well, Alexis is going to the show Saturday. So Alexis, since we cannot be there, we expect a full report. You are now the official Tornado Tag Podcast representative at Atomic Wrestling. You've just been deemed to you. Brian's got his mask on. But your job
Can never be too careful.
your job is to get a full review. So you got to do your notes. I want homework. I want notes. I want you to
Well,
give.
go and don't enjoy the show.
Yeah, go and don't enjoy the show. You are officially working now. We want photos and we want to know the results of everything, and then send us a post, and we'll put up on the website if you want us to.
It's funny you said that, because when we go to shows, I would have my phone out, just gonna play on my phone. I'm taking notes.
Yeah,
For the car ride home episodes, and
I can't wait to get back to that.
Yeah, well, this is the new place that Atomic is at right now in Newmanstown. No, they'll also be back at Club Reverb in Reading when that opens up
Yeah.
again. But
And then
you'll have plenty of time from the car ride home.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then that outbreak show that happened right before everything shut down. There was that kid that was like just going crazy. He was sitting by me. He's like, "Why are you on your phone?" I'm like, "There's a match going on."
The kid that Trajan said
Trajan, yeah.
that your dad doesn't love you. That's why he's not here. Yeah, he's
Yeah, mom's
Might-
looking good. I'm gonna send you to
might be
military
true.
school. Yeah, that kid.
yeah. Hilarious. But I don't want to be partial. But I'm rooting for Adina.
Okay.
I hope she's the new #1 contender.
This is their first match at Atomic Championship Wrestling, so
Oh, nice.
I don't know if she'll win it. Maybe. You never
Dude,
know.
she is getting jacked. She's getting jacked.
She always was jacked.
But I'm saying like her the way like she's been working like a monster since this COVID. Like she's
She does that all the
shredded.
time. I
She's
don't know.
shredded.
I mean, not to say she's not in good shape. I thought
She's
always,
always been in great
yeah,
shape,
yeah.
but she is like the definition of her arms and stuff now. She's killing it. Much respect and props
You
to
can tell someone's
to
watching
Adina.
some videos here.
No, she just
I know,
posts
I
her
know.
progress. I'm very proud of her. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Adina. I think she's a great work ethic, and I see nothing but good things for her. And she's a great person. Any conversation you have with her inside or outside the ring, she's absolutely phenomenal. We are fans. We are fans of TTP here.
And one of the cool things too with Adina is, and I noticed this really a lot at the GSW show we went to, just how kids are like kind of magnetically drawn to her.
Yeah.
She's such an especially little girls. Like the little girls at that GSW show, there's ones that didn't even care about wrestling, and when she came out, they were like, it was like they were finally.
There's a whole movement right now. And I one of the people in our chat here, Alexis, there's her and there's a bunch of girls that like younger, the next generation of fans are possibly talent that go around. I know one's a big fan of Christina Marie on and they make these social media pages where it's like fan pages and they follow and they latch on to the independent women's scene, and it's really cool to see. Like I enjoy looking at it where, you know, like and Adina's a big fan of that process too, where, you know, I mean it's really cool to see that next generation of female wrestling fans that can possibly turn into, you know, managers or even performers or wrestlers themselves. And it's a really cool thing to see. And it makes me proud. And it's one of those things that if we can showcase that as a podcast, but, you know, hopefully, you know, the disgusting parts of wrestling are, you know, gone before they come up. You know what I mean? So it's a new era coming, you know, it's awesome. I'm excited to see it. So then we have our cruiserweight title.
Yeah, for the vacant
cruiserweight title.
Vacant cruiserweight title.
I don't know why it's vacant. I'm trying to remember, but go ahead. I'm trying to remember why.
It's
why
Saren Faust against Jack Hershey.
I've wrestled Jack Hershey. He's one that threw Hershey kisses to the crowd.
As I say, I like that name. I hope he wins. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. And if anybody at the show wants to call into the show and hang out with us and do an interview, just hit me up. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just asking Andy, Jack Hershey, is his finisher the Hershey Squirt?
I would hope not.
I'd hope not.
It's like the old doink move, the flying butt drop.
Yeah, well.
Now, I don't...
And then we have...
I don't know the champion of this match, but I do know the contender, the opponent, and I'm a fan. And I hope she gets...
I believe she is the former champion, too.
Is she? Well, I hope she gets that title back because...
Lena lost it to... what's her name? Riley Shepard. Riley Shepard, yes.
Lena is fantastic.
Yeah, so Riley won it at the last ACW show.
She'll probably not drop it then.
I don't...
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, but...
Yeah. Lena is... Listen, if I... this is not taking anything...
Laney.
I'm not taking anything away from Riley.
You got it right. Lena.
Lena
Lennox.
Oh, it's Lena?
It's spelled wrong on there then. It's Layna.
Okay.
Oh, Lena, okay. Why am I correcting Andy? He knows her. I'm done.
I don't...
She's great.
I'm not taking anything away from Riley. I've never seen Riley.
Yeah, Riley's pretty good.
But I've seen
and
Lennox.
She has awesome gear, yeah.
But Lennox is she's what I want in a female persona. How we always joke around with Charlotte, where she's like, "I'll take you back to the hotel room."
Yeah,
you know
guys
what I mean?
want this, don't you?
Yeah, you know you want this.
Yeah, she's a very big fan of like the '80s NWA and stuff. Yeah, she's really cool.
I would love to have her on the show. So if you can throw something at that.
Yeah,
that'd be great. We could have
in the meantime,
with this box thing. We could
PA Pile Driver too.
Yeah, there you go.
What's that? Yeah, she did the PA Pile Driver guys did a great job interviewing her. You can go over and check out their page and check out the interview she did at the PPW show. I believe she's going to be someone that PPW contacts regularly now for the women's.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If you want to follow her on Facebook and Instagram, just type Lena Lennox.
She's absolutely fantastic, super talented. Her cuts a great promo. I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure Riley's fantastic too. I've never personally seen her.
Her gear's pretty cool. She came out with this cool jacket on. I was like, that's an awesome jacket.
Really?
She's like, yeah.
Well, listen, we'll get our full report from our correspondent at the show, Alexis.
Make sure you tell her that she doesn't have to do that. She's gonna start crying.
Yeah, no, Alexis, you don't really have to do that. But if you take some photos, let us know what happens. But it'd be fun. But enjoy the show. I hope you have a good time. All right, now for the
2 matches left.
Oh, I was gonna say there's no pictures. If there's pictures, the champion is always on the right side.
Yeah, the ACW heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Who we got?
Chikara alum Tim Donst taking on the ACW champion Dame.
Yeah, he's had it for a
Dang.
while. I think he's had it for almost a year.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Dame is
He beat-
killing
he
it too,
beat-
working
beat-
out.
Yeah, he beat Bro for it. So
Bro Keller.
yes,
Wow.
Bro's also on the show too.
I thought Atomic's champion, or was that's True?
True
Trajan.
Trajan. Yes,
Trajan.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Atomic is Dame. Huge fan of Dame. One of my favorite independent wrestling shirts is Dame, the guy who did the art.
yeah.
That's a
Awesome
great shirt.
design, yeah.
Great shirt. A lot of props to Dame. We were supposed to have him on the show a couple times, but everything kind of fell through. But hopefully that happens soon. And then another match that's happening. I don't think it's the main event. Is it the main event, or did we just say
It's the main event.
main
It's
event-
the
it's the main event
I don't
to
care when it
everybody
goes
else.
on.
it's the main
It's the
event
main
for us? Damn it!
And let's say the Sandman is also making an appearance too. So,
Really?
yes.
The Sandman will be there. All right. Who do we got?
Who do
We have
got?
Stockade against We Save the Best for Last, Andy Header.
That's
Andy, serious business
Yeah.
header.
So my first match officially back. I guess you could say officially.
What gear are we going with?
I don't know. He Stockade has like a
Stocky, why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. He has like a
He's part of the high tension roster.
yeah. He's like the Asgardian stuff. So he's kind of like has like a Celtic like hardcore. I think he does death matches and stuff.
Okay, that's where I heard the
He has a
name
look
then.
like that, like a Viking look. Is what I'm trying to say. So he's probably wearing more black colors. So I'm gonna try to be a little more colorful
Okay.
there.
So
So,
maybe-
it should
Yeah,
be
it's
good.
an
I've
outdoor
never
show, too,
wrestled.
and it's gonna be hot. So yeah,
Yeah,
I would
maybe
go with the
some
light colors.
Spawn.
No, I don't know because if someone else wears black stuff, I'm not gonna wear mainly black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Gambit make an appearance?
No, because it's outside.
Okay.
So
we
stop
just-
spoiling it.
Stop spoiling it. Okay. So lighter colors.
Yes. There you go.
I love it.
I would wear an air conditioner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Strap
Well,
it.
just little black trunks, and that's it. I mean,
The
it's outside.
smallest black trunks you can find.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, it's outside. So I've never wrestled him. I've only watched him wrestle. I watched him wrestle Dame at the last. Not the last. Maybe it was the last show or two ACWs ago.
That's where I watched that match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they posted it. then.
Yes.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I also watched him and a girl that retired. I forget her name. And then when she retired, he came in and he challenged her, and she gave him like a stunner and pinned him. So, it was pretty cool. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. He's a brawler though. He's like a stocky. Looks like a tough dude.
Stockade.
Looks like someone you wouldn't want to mess with. Yeah. Hence the name.
Cool.
And he's
Just
gonna be
tomorrow.
dressed like Sexy Eddie in the cluster.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just a towel and then just hold my privates the whole time. But yeah. So Atomic Championship Wrestling, Newmanstown, PA, right at 419, right past Wilmelsdorf. I know if you don't know the Lebanon area, you'll be like, what am I just saying right now? But it's very easy to get to 183, 419, 222 to 419, and check out Atomic Championship Wrestling. One of the new homes of ACW and Rogue Women's Warriors.
Alexa
Rogue
said she
Women's
needs
Warriors.
to know your gear because she needs to match her makeup.
Oh my God. Well, just go black. Black goes with everything.
Yeah, black was everything. Nice.
Anyway, so that yeah, it is not canceled. It is outside. So if you're coming and you're going to be sitting outside, so do not dress heavy. You know,
Yeah.
you might be in the sun for a little bit. I mean, it's gonna start later, so the sun will be going down.
Yeah.
So
What time does it start?
I believe 7:30.
That may be possible.
I'll
I
pull-
may be coming.
I'll pull up real quick here.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's
So
gonna be really
just
tough.
so people know, it's the Orioles Home Association, 12 East Main Street in Newmanstown, Pennsylvania. And actually, the doors open at 6:30 and the bell time is at 7. But you know how wrestling shows are; it's not always exactly that. So, but it is outside, and hopefully it doesn't rain.
Do
I
they
think
have
so.
lights? Because it's gonna be getting dark.
I believe
if
so.
they
Yeah, I
rush.
believe he has it
Okay,
figured out. The entranceway was awesome though. So
Really?
I don't know if there'll be.
Yeah, I
able to
did see
use
the
it.
pictures.
Yeah. Maybe we're gonna use it. I don't know. I'm not being coy. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's Tate's doing his best to keep the show going, and then we'll just see how things are and what happens from here on out. So here's a little video of him going to the entranceway here. I'm showing Tony a video for them people listening.
That's the indoor show.
Yeah, so he's going up to the entrance ramp here, I think. Hold on. Yeah, as you see where he's walking, like towards, so that like he's walking towards the entrance. Like so, well, the wrestlers would come out of that and come towards the camera.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it looks really cool. So I'm excited for when we can have real shows back inside this building because it's gonna be like one of his main buildings. It'll be here and Reverb in Reading, Club Reverb as they call it.
Awesome.
But
awesome.
Reverbs are always Friday nights.
Oh, I have to remind me when this show's over. I have pins. I can give you a pack of pins to hand out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a whole bunch that I never got to hand out at the last show.
Okay, so
So you can-
ACW when things get back normal, it's kind of gonna be like Friday night one month, Saturday night the next month. But Reverb, Newmanstown, and I
Cool,
think he has a
cool.
couple other places planned.
And I'll
so-
send you an interview sticker. I'll give you another one of these
Okay,
for
yeah.
Alexis. She does good work for us. You were gonna wear jeans?
Yeah,
Probably not a good idea to
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
jeans.
I would say wear shorts
Yeah, it's
and
gonna be
maybe like
hot.
if you had tank top or sleeveless shirt. I'm not being perfect or anyway, but like it's gonna be a
It's
little
gonna be
hot.
warm. It's gonna be
Yeah,
warm.
I don't know the
Sunscreen-
weather.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, if you have a bald head,
Maybe a hat.
Yeah, maybe a hat.
Maybe a hat.
That, if you're gonna stand outside, bring an umbrella, but be mindful of people behind you.
And thank you so much for the 4 people joining in. We don't know who you are, but if you hit that up in the right-hand corner over here, there's going to be a heart. If you hit that button, your name will pop up. You'll get some cool notoriety. We'll talk about you. We'll say hi. And join us in the chat. We'll tell us what you're into with wrestling right now. All right, we got that first segment out of the way. Like I said, these shows we're going to be running a little longer because we are trying a different approach here. We're not going to be just doing a full review show. But let me pull up our Facebook page of some of the news that just recently happened, and we'll talk about that. We'll probably work
Well,
backwards.
why you do that? But Brian, what do you think about Evil winning the both titles in Japan?
I think it was too soon to take the title off Naito,
I do too. It felt like Naito just won it, and then
especially
obviously
because
COVID.
half the time he was champion, there was no wrestling.
No,
So,
yeah, I think he defended it once against Kenta, and that was it.
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm personally sick of double champions. I think there's fucking way too many of them.
Yeah, I don't like it's. I don't know. I'm over the double champion. thing.
UFC's trying to do it, and then WWE's, and then all the wrestling's trying to follow suit, and it's just
Yeah,
annoying to me.
So I mean,
By the way, while we're talking about the local wrestling, Outbreak is doing studio shows, empty
Yes.
arena shows on their YouTube channel. I think they have 2 episodes up now. I think.
yeah, the second episode went up. I believe the third one goes up tonight or tomorrow. So I know I'm on the first
Yeah, I
one.
think it's like Fridays. Or something.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, and,
that Goddess of War show, sorry, real quick, is Friday the July 24th
Yeah.
in First Aid Park, Ocean Gate, New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it just popped up in my feed.
So if you look up Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube, that main event of that first show, as he said, was Andy against Trajan Horn,
Yeah, how about
and it was
that?
nice to see Yams was moving around okay outside. I know he wasn't wrestling, but it was good to see him
Yeah,
up and
he's-
about.
Yeah, he's doing. But everyone was doing pretty good at
Yeah,
the
he
shows.
tweaked his knee a little bit.
There'll be
right?
some newcomers. There's a upcoming. There's a 3-way match. I can't say now. We were watching it. I was like, man, this match is awesome. So,
Really?
Yeah, it's a. Let me think. There's one new guy in it.
Can you
and
say
then
the
2
name of the guy or no?
No.
Alright, so we can't give him love to look out for it? No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when it comes
Hulk
closer,
Hogan.
Yeah,
we'll-
I'm gonna share it, and it's a triple threat match. So that was in the second set of tapings that we did. So I don't know when that match will. Show.
Yeah.
And I wrestled someone too, and it was pretty good too. But I'm not supposed to give
yeah.
out the results.
No, 100%. But just know that there's a really cool triple threat match coming.
Yeah,
soon.
I mean, there's a lot of good other matches too. So I mean, all the people that you're used to seeing in Outbreak, come back like Yams and at House Sabal,
Real quick news: ROH is the current company that's interested in Dawson Hawson, Dan Hawson. Sorry,
Dawson Hawson. I got
Dawson Hawson, Dan
Dan
Hawson,
Housen.
Dan Hawson,
Dan
Dan
Housen.
Housen.
that guy, Alex Zane, and a local guy, Tony Deppen.
Yeah, I
is-
believe Dan Housen may have signed.
Really?
I think yeah.
And they have also chosen not to renew Bully Ray's contract with the company. This is one of Yaz's reports, and the source is the Wrestling Observer. But hopefully, man, Tony Deppen, possibly AEW. To ROH. Sorry,
Yeah.
not AEW.
That'd be
ROH.
great.
I think that'd be really good for him. And then I'm just kind of going backwards.
There's openings everywhere. So once
Yeah.
wrestling gets going, that's when I'm gonna get in there.
Since
Yeah,
July 4th.
Deppen and
Go ahead.
Alex Zane were both on that GCW backyard show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then since July 4th, I released all of our interviews that I did. I remember how I was banking a bunch of
Yeah.
interviews. I released them all because now with the new laptop, I can go back to audio video. So I just want to kind of get the audio out and then start fresh. So
Okay.
if you want to go back and listen to interviews, I have an interview with Jason Drake, which was fantastic.
He was on the Outbreak tapings. So
How,
you
how,
having some
I haven't
matches?
seen him really work. How is he?
pretty good.
He actually broke in the Lancaster area. He broke Adam Cole's title reign for the one
I
title.
believe SWO.
So
And,
they-
his manager, valet / girlfriend was my manager way back in the day in ACW. How about that?
Yeah, and they said she's very talented.
Yeah, Rizzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they seem to have pretty high hopes for him because they're letting him break the
What the hell was that?
Austin. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much, man. Is that our Austin? Type in the chat. Let us know.
God damn it, Steve Austin! I seen you drinking
God-
my IPA there.
He said he's
Swing a
drinking
beer
his beer.
for
He's
the worker man.
Gallows and Anderson agree to new deals with New Japan.
Yeah, so when they can go to New Japan, that's another reason why we think Evil won the title, because Kenta's not there, Jay White's not there, Will Ospreay's not there.
Yeah.
Brody Lee, who when they said he is a W deal, also New Japan, Rusev. So, a lot of people, John Moxley. So
Tony Depp was also on Busted Open recently.
Oh, cool.
That's a little old. Sarah Logan announced that she is pregnant.
Mhm.
So she said she was taking a break from wrestling, and now she's having a child.
now you know
So
why.
awesome, good for her. Very proud of her. Which this is not making a slight, but she worked really hard. She lost a whole bunch of weight, and then she got pregnant, which is usually how it works. Like you see, like girls like I'm going to the gym, they lose like 55 pounds, and like I feel great, and they're like now I'm pregnant. So it's it is what it is. It's part of I guess being a girl. I do not wish to be you at all, ladies. But the
I would not want to be pregnant.
I would not.
That's
Yeah,
what-
I don't want to. I don't
that's
want
it,
to
yeah.
carry a child in
No,
me at
no,
all.
that
That
doesn't
sounds
sound
terrible. I'm glad
fun at
I'm
all.
glad it's you girls doing it, not us. New since we've been gone, the new U.S. Championship has been revealed.
It's okay.
I like it.
My opinion is it's okay.
Yaz put a picture in the group chat where if you look at the head and the eagle wings and then follow it up to the WWE, it looks like a penis
It
and balls.
does, yeah.
So thanks for ruining that for me forever.
Hey.
But
Maybe
it's hilarious.
The penis world championship.
It's like that. Do you remember the Sin Cara T-shirt that it just looked like a penis?
Yeah.
It's just like
Oh.
a gold Sin Cara.
It is our Austin. He's watching from his PS4. What do you think of the
wow.
layout, man? What do you think of it? It looks cool. Brian's clearly sitting at the table. I mean, he's
Oh
not.
yeah, totally.
He's not. This is the state of the art CGI we have here at this podcast now.
Watch. Tony.
Oh,
And he cuts out.
he cut out.
That's weird. Switch the thing back. So as Brian's talking, he was about to say that the CGI is on par with
What you're
Scorpion King.
Oh,
Turn off and then turn back on, and then he should be back in.
I hit the wrong one.
There you go. Well, nice coming out of the computer.
All right, try now.
Am I still
Why
coming on
does
the
it
computer?
do? No, you're good now. Why does
It's
it
the
do
computer doing something. It's
that? I don't know.
kicking
It,
out.
like it changes. Like it times out after a certain point. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe if I don't know. I'm not gonna toy with it because I'm gonna hit the wrong button and I'm gonna lose.
delete the
I'm
whole thing.
gonna lose our amazing capabilities of what we're doing here.
It ruined my bit where I said I was giving Tony a high five.
Put it up. Put up the high five. No, you're chopping your hand off. Back up. Nailed it. There we go. We got it.
There.
Look at that CGI.
Won't
You
edit
can't.
that
You
in
you won't
post.
find that anywhere else. It's probably gonna be better than the CGI of someone's eyeball getting ripped out this weekend. But we'll get to that in a
Oh,
minute.
no. Not the horror show at Extreme Rules.
This podcast is becoming a horror show. But we have 4
The
people
horror show
following.
at Tornado Tag Podcast.
We have 4 people following. So just as a quick little thing, I'm not. This is a shameless plug. I'm sorry. But when you are on Twitch, you need to hit certain markers to become affiliated, where people can then donate to you, and you have opportunities to make money as a stream. We need to hit 50 followers, and we need to have an average of so many viewers per thing. So having more than 4 people following us is super, super helpful. So thank you guys so much.
Here's the thing: if someone's watching via YouTube, does
This
Twitch-
won't come out to YouTube until it's over.
Oh,
This is
okay.
only on Twitch.
Oh,
right
for
now.
right. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Then never mind.
Yeah, I actually took it off the going to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook because if the ratio, so if no one watched on either channel, it tanks your average rating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to risk that. But yeah, so we'll just keep it on Twitch for now and then upload it to Facebook
Okay.
and YouTube later after this is done recording.
It's funny. We were just talking about. Sorry, this is completely off topic, but we were just talking about how certain people can't get to Japan. A huge star from Japan is actually coming to America for a GCW show on the 26th.
Who's that?
Joey Janela will be taking on Yoshihiko.
Okay.
Yoshihiko. Wow, Yoshihiko's actually gonna make it. I wonder why. Yoshi-
Yoshihiko is a blow up.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. And then with the
Go
other
to YouTube and type in the best of Yoshihiko. You won't be
the best of
Yes, you won't be
disappointed.
Yeah.
So
Had a great
you-
encounter with Kotobushi.
Yeah, so you'll have also appreciation for how amazing Kota Ibushi is.
Is that the one that Kenny Omega wrestled as well?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then other interviews you could check out on our show. We had Sickened, which is a good interview. Check that one
They're
out.
all good interviews.
Yeah, they were all amazing.
Max Morrison, you
Mac
released.
Morrison. I'm trying to just find it here.
Paul Bow, right?
No, I didn't do
oh,
Paul
no,
Bow. That was PA Pile Driver.
Oh, okay.
So we did Mason Martin.
okay.
We did Ryan Vox,
Mhm.
Fox Vineyard, and
You
Kit
said the name-
Raff.
you said both names correct in a row.
I know. Last time I put them both together, I fucked. Oh, and Big Money Mark Shane Carlson.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with him.
He's the guy who he manages Max Morrison.
Mhm.
The guy who kind of looked like the Seth Rollins who came in the night that Max Morrison was at Outbreak. He was there as
Yeah, in
well.
Hamburg.
He at Hamburg. He had like the suit jacket with the money on it, and they were
Yeah,
all.
I think it was the first and only time I seen him.
And he also runs a promotion in Maryland that
Oh,
he
okay.
wants us to come out to Maryland.
Oh,
and that's
what-
the one I sent you guys to. They're doing a tag team tournament.
Yeah, what's the name? Give him a pro if you have it.
He didn't send me links, so I don't have anything.
jeez.
Yeah, I said, hey,
What's
when
what's
it's
his name?
Sean Carlson.
Okay, let's see. Let's plug his.
But we were invited to Sicken's promotion. I guess Sicken does a promotion in the Delaware area.
Somewhere, yeah.
And he also works with James Ellsworth. So we were
Mhm.
invited to come out and do podcast stuff at this promotion.
That one is 1CW, right? The
One
in
CW,
Delaware?
thank you. And then Sean also invited us to come out to Maryland to his promotion and do some stuff. So once everything kind of goes back to normal and we feel comfortable traveling, me and Brian will be going to some other promotions.
Is his Baltimore Championship Wrestling? I'm seeing that a lot here.
Yeah, I believe that's what it is.
can't
Baltimore.
find
I believe they took over the Baltimore Championship Wrestling. I think that's one Baltimore Championship Wrestling. Their champion is actually
One CW, yeah.
One
okay,
CW.
yeah.
Their champion is actually the Hitman for Hire.
Mr. Grimm.
Mr. Grimm is their world champion.
Which was on AEW not too long ago.
Yep, he just made his
AEW
appearance
Dark.
on AEW Dark. That's pretty much all. I mean, there are other news. Andy Header and Ed House got some awesome action figures made by
Yeah.
Jared. J. Miss Miser.
Jared
Meyer?
Miser. Yeah, his name is
Yeah.
hard. That's like I know I was like, dude, I want to tag you, but I know your name's weird on Facebook. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll just tag you. I'm like, okay, thanks.
All Elite
But-
Wrestling
so-
did an interview where they said, who's going to be the next one to challenge for the title, and
yeah.
Arn Anderson how about that Warhorse kid?
Oh, okay, wow.
So Warhorse. So I know there's a lot of heat. We'll kind of get into this real quick. There's a lot of heat about the title. And listen, our heat with the champion. I know Yaz.
TNT title,
the,
pronouns,
TN
pal.
the TNT title. I know Yaz has a problem with it because he doesn't like the way it's booked. That it's not
It's ugly.
anybody can get a title shot.
Yeah.
But the way I see the title is just a way to give somebody as of right now, because Cody has it. It's a way
Yeah.
to give somebody else an opportunity to wrestle
Yeah.
a big star.
Yeah, kind of like with John Cena's U.S. Open
Yeah.
Challenge.
So I don't have an issue with Sonny. Getting
Me
a
either. I
chance.
don't have. I don't. I want him to come out, Cody, to be like, I want this title to be anyone who can challenge for it. So that
Exactly.
way, no one's.
And I personally haven't seen the match yet.
I watch it.
Was it good?
I thought it was good, but it wasn't great. It was.
Yeah. Well, I was the first one complaining that Sonny wasn't
Nothing
being
against
used,
anybody.
and then Sonny gets
Yeah,
a chance,
yeah,
and then
this is
people
awesome, yeah.
and then
It
obviously
was-
people are being hateful and
Yeah,
sick and
It's
like,
the best match he's had on Dynamite so
Yeah.
far.
he has some cool spots. I mean,
Yeah.
he has was he like a 450?
Mhm.
That's
450,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
So I was actually opened up Dynamite this week.
Yeah, and we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what else we have. Kenny Omega said for the video game coming out that he has it's closer to showing
Something.
a product
Yeah.
than people think. So hopefully that happens soon. And he wants it to be the same kind of engine that the No Mercy and the other titles are kind of built off
The
of.
N64, which
Yeah.
everyone says. I mean, I believe Kenny a little bit more. I mean, TNA Impact said that, and that game was awful. So.
Yeah, Jesus. And then the last
Apparently, the company, I forget, I think they're called Sin Sophia now. They used to be called Aki. They won a lot of money for that engine. That's been like the stumbling block for a lot of these
That's
companies.
insane because they're not doing anything with it at all.
Yeah, like, hey, we know we're sitting on the holy grail of wrestling games, and we're going to sit on it for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
working out great for you. And then the last bit of news we have, without kind of getting into what happened in wrestling, NXT Tegan Knox showcased some new gear, which was pretty cool. And she decided that she's going to openly come out and say she's in the part. She's what is she saying? She's bi or lesbian?
She said she's queer. Now that a lot of people, that's the insult, but no, it's not an insult anymore.
Yeah.
I looked it up because I didn't know. So if
Yeah.
I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I don't think she defined what
apologize.
exactly she is.
No, she just queer is saying that you are not necessarily straight or gay.
Yeah.
You can be
Right, yeah.
more like a bisexual.
That's
but
why I was thinking
yeah,
she's
yeah,
more now.
yes,
She's
yes.
bisexual, which is cool, man.
I like her even more.
I do too. I think.
Remember I wore the shirt last show.
Mhm. I think it's just it's really like I personally have just made a recent friend, and we met on an app.
On a dating. Oh, where's this going?
On an app. I mean, if you listen to Murder My Dude, the app is plugged all the time. Meet me, but it's a local guy. And he's gay,
Mhm.
but he's not. I mean, there's so many different pronouns and
Yes.
identities, and a lot of people are
And it's
confused.
okay to ask sometimes if you don't
And
know.
listen, I had a fantastic conversation with this. I don't want to put their name out there just in case they don't want anything out there, but we had a fantastic conversation, and I've learned that like he came out in high school, but he likes to dress like a girl, like a woman.
Okay.
But he's not trans. Like he said, he's not trans. But he's gay. He's a man, but he likes to dress like a girl. And
Who would ever do
and
that?
Andy, our boy Andy here's a man, but he's fantastic at makeup. He looks
Yeah.
fucking amazing. Very, very cool person. But he was just like, one of the things he said to me, like in a conversation that we had on the app, was like, if I had to give advice to somebody, I would tell them to come out after high school because I was treated so poorly.
Maybe it's a little bit better now, but
And I was like, man, how shitty does that have to be where you have to fake being who you are for a section of your life to appease everyone else around you?
Yeah, that's how high school is, man.
Man, it's
especially years
disgusting.
ago. I mean, maybe not so much nowadays. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I've been in high school a long time. But yeah, it was rough being in high school when I was in. Just like, oh, you have curly hair. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it's as dumb as that
teach,
sounds.
Teach your kids to just be better people, man. Like,
yeah, especially what different areas. It's different for people. So yeah, it's rough for people to.
you have to
come out.
pretend who you are so
Yeah.
you fit in. But that's
It's like someone tell me you can't like Alexa Bliss. Well, why? Because
because you'll be outcasted
Yeah.
for it. Like it just
because it's not right.
It-
Well, what
it-
the like
it literally hurts my heart.
Yeah,
Like to hear that
it's-
someone can't be who they are.
it's
Like,
terrible.
It's sad. It's super, super sad. Brian, you have some of the stuff that's been going on in wrestling we can pull up and kind of skim through here.
Yeah, just kind of quickly running through some of the things that have been going on. We'll start backwards. We'll go to SmackDown, and just going to kind of really quickly run through
the karaoke. Brian, want to talk about that?
Yeah,
Well-
I actually didn't watch SmackDown. I was watching. I on Friday I finally decided to watch Hamilton on Disney Plus instead of SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's been very hard to watch WWE.
It's awful.
And then Wednesday night, I did a podcast, and I didn't have a chance to watch either NXT
Yeah.
or AEW yet. So I'm gonna rewatch it probably after this.
I didn't get to
podcast is
watch
over.
NXT. Actually, I didn't have time. But AEW I thought was a good show, but it wasn't a great show. I thought the last week's was better. so,
Yeah.
but-
I think
Yeah,
they're both.
SmackDown, they-
I think they both. Sorry, Brian. I think both Wednesday
no,
shows have been fantastic, though. I think as of lately, they're both great shows
That's
to watch.
the wrestling to watch.
Yeah,
Watch both
Wednesday
Wednesday
nights,
It
you
don't matter
can't go
which one you
wrong.
watch live. Watch
They're-
the next one the next day.
yeah, they're both fantastic shows.
Yeah, just skimming through SmackDown here real quick. I have the big thing was New Day, and can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I think
Absolutely.
my audio of you cut out. Oh, okay, good.
No,
good,
you're
good.
good. We're listening.
Yeah,
We're looking at you at
we're
the screen.
listening in.
I have the Twitch video up, so I keep forgetting that there's a delay on when I see you and when
Did you hit follow?
I'm not logged in. I'll
Oh,
follow
okay.
afterward.
All right.
And
Man, we're just keeping an eye on you over there.
so the main event was the New Day against Cesaro and Nakamura. It looks like they're building up to a tables match because at the very end there's a DQ and Big E goes through a table. They did do a karaoke contest. Naomi won from singing the Dusty Rhodes song.
Well, they also put a big thing on Twitter saying who is your most, like, I guess, underutilized, or what guy
Yeah.
who you want to get the biggest push.
Cesaro.
And Cesaro won by a landslide.
Oh,
and he
no
retweeted. He goes,
Yeah.
"Was this the answer
Yeah.
you wanted?"
I mean, there's a guy like I know he's making good money, but man, Cesaro New Japan, Cesaro anywhere not WWE
And
is a main event
Mhm.
star.
Andrew Hare, who is a member of our Banging Bears podcast team, he actually retweeted or reshared a video on
Mhm.
Facebook of Cesaro in Pine Grove walking down the main street of Pine Grove
his gear.
in his full gear, flexing
At cars.
at oncoming traffic.
Yeah. and who did Cesaro wrestle that night?
He wrestled
Yeah,
it.
me
Your
and,
boy,
and another
Andy.
guy, Aaron Arbor, who's very good.
Who won?
Cesaro.
Cesaro.
I thought he did. Yeah.
What was it like to work with him?
Oh, great! I actually trained with him in Jakarta, so yeah, it was very nice.
Is he as strong as everyone
Yeah,
says?
yeah. He can just pick you up and you're right in the air. He did
Yeah.
the airplane spin to me. That I think he did it one time WWE where he spins you around airplane spin, then puts his arms down like on his hips and like keeps spinning. And so
While he
just-
holds you up?
you're on his shoulders and he's not holding you and he's spinning and you're still there. It's crazy.
Holy shit.
It's called the UFO. So just type in Claudio Castagnoli.
And you took that move?
Yes.
Nice.
I was at the ROH show he did in 08 where he wrestled Coda.
Oh wow. That was
Wow.
probably fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry. Got off track there.
And they re-aired the Money in the Bank match with Braun and Bray Wyatt. I think SmackDown might have a little bit of a problem with people might have tested positive for COVID,
Yeah.
possibly because they've been doing a lot of like
Replays.
old re-airs.
Yeah. The karaoke segment is currently one of the ranked the worst segments of the year. So
Really?
yeah, it's up there with the Street Profits and Viking Raiders. So you want to watch something really bad? Just
I
like SmackDown
think Andy made a great analogy on
Yeah, I
on
did.
Not Cool in High School. I said because he said it's terrible, and I said I agree, but the talent there is so talented, and their matches they kind of squeeze in there are really good.
Mhm.
And he said, if I made a great lasagna, but if I served it off the floor, would you eat it? And I was like, I can't dispute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do you argue that? That's 100% exactly what's happening.
So that's
right
why
now.
I don't blame people watching. Actually, Raw's rating was the lowest of all time.
And the crazy thing is there were some matches on Raw that were really fucking good.
Yeah, but people just watching like, oh,
I'm over like it,
3 hours is very hard to get through for,
your
for
build
anybody.
up. Your build up is that one of your wrestlers are going to have their eyeball ripped out.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
how do you pay that off? You can't. I mean, even if you have the CGI and he rips the eye out and like eats it or something crazy, like okay, Ray wears a mask then where his eyes are covered, like,
Yeah.
or like what's his
That-
name wears a pirate a
Yeah.
patch for like a month.
Mhm.
Like you
When they
can't-
first said it, I thought they would just do a thing where like they had like some kind of fake eye in Ray's mask, and then
Yeah,
like because you can kind of hide it behind the mask. But who knows?
yeah, and Ray's contract is up. He's working on a
He's actually
per
working on
agreement
no,
deal.
no contract, which
So
is
maybe you think he loses, and then maybe
Mhm.
that's how to write him off. he should show up, like if he does like go to AEW, he should show up and they should say, "Hey, wasn't something wrong with your eye?" No.
yeah. Oh, that would
No.
be that would be a BET.
Yeah.
being the elite thing.
They could have a thing where Cody gives him Pharaoh to be a seeing eye dog.
Yeah. It's
Um,
okay. Walter, his son, will take care of him.
Yeah.
And Cain Velasquez's son.
Yeah.
And then on Raw, you did have they found Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair.
I like that.
I guess they were missing for a little while.
It
Yeah.
scared me. I heard a little crackle.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought we
right.
were going to lose him.
Yeah. Shayna got a
I
spot
actually
and,
liked
Bianca.
I liked Bianca. Bianca's thing was kind of like, she was thrown in a tag team,
Mhm.
random ass tag team, which I thought was kind of good. But the Shayna Baszler spot was awesome, where she's like, I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, which is good.
That's exactly what they need to do with her.
But like, where do they go next week? Did she come back out and then she bites someone again? Like,
No, get away from the biting.
who knows? That's the only thing. It's like you're like, oh, that was cool, but no, I'm worried about next week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope. But yeah. What was the main event for Raw? I think it was Drew versus.
It was Bailey and Sasha against
Okay,
the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that.
It was good.
Yeah. One of the things with the Raw, I thought the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins match was really good.
Okay. Oh, what about that Seth Rollins promo I seen? Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. It's like, oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. I hate you. You know, it's like great wrestler, but just don't talk.
Yeah. Let's just skip all that. Let's get into Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the good shows now.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Now, where we are right now is we just had our brand new double champion Keith Lee
Mm-hmm.
come out and cut a promo. He's the double champion, and then challenges Dijakovac.
Yeah,
For
says
a-
that
for a title
he,
shot.
Mhm.
He deserves a match because they had other matches before.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I really thought they'd have Keith Lee say, "Okay, I'm just going to focus on being NXT champion, and I give the North American title up."
Or say, hey, Dijakovac, I'll challenge you. You pick what belt you want. Or
But
you
it's
know,
like,
you're not a world champion yet, but I'll challenge you for the
Yeah,
one-
okay,
Like
yeah.
it's every single time. See, here's where I have a problem
it's
with
weird.
Here's where I have a problem with the double champions. Is now every single time you go out and you say, well, what do you want to challenge for? Of course, a person's going to go, well, I want to challenge you for the main title.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Right.
You're an
But now
idiot.
every single title has to be, well, we're going to challenge you for both again. So then
Yeah.
I'm going to be double
then
champion,
why-
and then you're going to be
Then
double.
what's the point of having
I
the
fucking
North American
can't
belt?
stand it. I can't stand
No,
it.
Jay Lethal did it right on ROH because when he was a TV champion and world champion, he would defend both of them in 2 matches.
Yeah.
So they weren't together.
That's
as
what
a
you should do.
championship,
Keith Lee should be wrestling twice
Yeah.
on TV. Once, like
And that
the,
way you can lose one. I mean,
the Dijakovac match should have been the North American title,
Yeah.
and the world title should have been
like
Killer Cross.
it's the
or
easy
Killer
way out.
Croc.
But usually
Yeah.
when usually in wrestling when you have the lesser title, not to talk shit on, but then you win the big title, you give up the lesser one because now you're
Yeah,
focusing on the world title.
It's annoying. It's honestly you have what do we have right now? We have Bailey, we have obviously Banks Becky Lynch did it first, then
Mhm.
Bailey. Now we have Keith Lee. Now we have
Evil.
Evil.
Evil, but Naito had it before because he
Yeah.
was the one that put them
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Seth did it. Seth did it a while back.
Yeah,
when he had
Seth
the
did it.
US title
Seth
and
did it.
the Universal title.
It's just
the
too much.
WWE
It's too
title.
much. Like, take a break from it for a little bit. Like when one person does it, like when Becky did it, it was kind of a spectacle.
Yeah, but at least it was like Raw and SmackDown, so it's like okay, there's two.
Yeah, where she could be on two different shows,
Yeah.
but it's just I don't know. Like and Bailey's a little different because it's tag team and world title, which
Yeah.
is a little better. But like your two main titles, like what if Brock had your Intercontinental
Yeah,
and your
people
world,
would hate it.
and then but you never see Brock ever again.
Yeah.
Like, it's like come on, man. Like just stop with the fucking title.
You know what they need to do in New Japan? They need to get the Intercontinental title away from the world title and put it on Okada and just have him have it for like a year.
Yeah.
That way you get Okada out of the main event, well, the world title main event, and then the Intercontinental title means something.
Yeah, no, I know we have a situation going on where, with COVID and, they're probably putting belts on people who are reliable and that can be there and they're
Mhm.
doing the right things. So that's probably why they're doubling up on champions. But it's like, come on, man. Even if like you have a mid card guy that you may not think is ready for a title right now, throw a belt on him and see what he can do.
Yeah,
We have nothing else to lose right
The
now.
North American, I mean, that's perfect. Just have a little tournament, or if you don't have a tournament, have a 6-way match, and then
Who
whoever
would
wins
you
that.
put the North American title on right now?
And NXT is someone like
Damian Priest.
I agree. Damian Priest.
I could see him, but I'm thinking more of like a smaller guy. But I don't know. Then you got
Damian
the cruiserweight
Priest is-
title.
Damian Priest is reliable. He's there
Yeah,
every
our
week.
Dijak.
And our died,
Yeah.
and you can have some pretty decent.
Yeah.
See, I think
Or you give it back to Roddy.
Dijak is showing that he could put good matches on
Mhm.
because he's showed it with a bunch of people. Where it's
Finn.
where Priest kind of had some stinkers and then he had a good one.
Yeah.
And you don't really know where he lies. So maybe but he's talented enough to be a champion. Where he can kind of show himself and either he's
Yeah.
make or break. So if you put the lesser title on him, you're
Yeah,
like,
and if he has some more shitty matches, then I'm losing.
yeah, 100%. And then you see where he lies.
I heard this on a podcast. This is great, and I'm gonna share it because it's such a good idea. What if, since Walter can't get here, but the rest of Imperium can, what if you send down Cesaro and he leads Imperium while Walter's gone?
That would be great.
Listen, anything
that'd be fantastic.
anything you can do with Cesaro, I'll take it. I mean, even if he's going to wrestle more and he's actually going to be utilized and you're just him as Doink the Clown, I'll take it at this point. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
I want to see him. I want to see more Cesaro. He's great. What else we got on NXT?
Well, you have the whole thing with Keith Lee and Dijakovic, where that's going to be his first match. Damian Priest did beat Cameron Grimes. I kind of like the whole thing they're doing with Damian Priest as a babyface. I think it's a little bit of a better fit for him.
Yeah.
You had Indy Hartwell getting the upset win over Shotzi Blackheart when Robert Stone interfered. You had
all right, real quick. I'm into this storyline.
I do not know Indy Hartwell, to be honest.
Well, this whole like the guy
Mm,
the
okay.
guy who's bringing more girls in.
Robert Stone?
Yeah. She was like she came in and did a match with somebody on NXT, but she was kind of like a mid carder, but she put a good match on, and now they're kind of using her more. I think she's a good look and she's decent. She kind of reminds me of like maybe like a young Paige. Am I wrong by saying that, Brian?
you talk about Indy, or who?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Indy.
I'm not getting
a little bit.
Paige from this picture.
The person I always get I always get the Paige vibes from is Priscilla Kelly.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I did not see her wrestle yet.
But I'm
so I
saying
can't
like she's
say.
young, but she's kind of doesn't know where she fits in yet. But she puts on decent matches. Like she looks like she has ability. Like she knows what she's doing.
Oh, that one looks like she's ready to shoot a porno.
Yeah, that one's a rough one.
Yeah, I don't know her yet, so I like Shotzi though.
Yeah. Shotzi's fun. She is like just a lot of energy, a vibrant character. You always remember her. You remember the hair. You remember a little bit of everything with her. The match I loved, even though it was very short here, I loved Timothy Thatcher and Denzel Dejournette.
No,
Yeah.
I've never seen the Denzel Dejournette, Dejournets, because that's what comes to mind. I do like the Thatch as Thatch can.
Yeah, where he's doing, like-
yeah, that's pretty cool.
They would never bring him in a million years, but it would be great if they had New Jack in as Denzel's best friend.
Can you imagine? New Jack City.
That's a Beyond the Mat reference.
Oh wow. Yeah. I didn't get to see this match because I didn't get to watch NXT, but
Yeah.
I've seen highlights. I like to see that. I like what they're doing with Thatcher.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then their main event. Actually, I
There's
take it back.
a guy you could put the
Exactly. That's who I put the North American title on. Thatcher.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And then in the main event, Io Shirai defeats Tegan Knox to retain the NXT women's
I'm
title.
sure that was probably
I was a
pretty
little
good.
worried, man. I thought I was like, man, they're really high on Tegan. I thought they were gonna have her
Oh,
beat her already, but I was like, man, I kind of want Io to work a little bit more.
You gotta give Io a reason to stay in the United States. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe she can't leave, but you know.
Yeah, there she's
And it-
locked.
They're
And
like,
it looks like
Yeah.
it looks like the big program they're setting up for is going to be Io and Dakota Kai. That was the attack at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which is weird because there's like two heels, but I guess Io will be the face because I guess
She
Dakota's
gets
the
chance.
Yeah.
default.
Do you
heel
think
there.
do you think Io rides for a little bit? Then once Kairi Sane leaves, they kind of put Io with.
Oh, with Oscar?
Asuka?
Like as a replacement?
On the
Swap
main-
them out.
Yeah.
Goddamn, pal.
Keep them together. They're
Io
Asian.
walks in. Kyrie.
Kari.
Doesn't even notice.
Kari, all right, get what your
Put some white on.
where's your
Good job.
umbrella? Why'd you dye your hair black?
Good job. I don't know. If there's two people in the world start them once more than anybody, it's Kyrie Zane and
Stud
Io Shirai.
Muffin Steve has joined the chat.
Oh my God, Stud Muffin Steve.
Steve Fulton.
Oh,
Steve
jeez.
Fulton.
That's what I was gonna say.
We drank a bunch of these the other night. Broken Skulls. Hey Steve, upper right hand corner up there. There's a little heart. Click it, and your little Stud Muffin Steve will pop up on the screen. Yeah. All right. So let's get the AEW.
AEW, I think we kind of mentioned this earlier, but they opened up with the TNT title match, Cody Rhodes defeating Sonny Kiss. And then this is Fight for the Fallen, by the way. They did mention
Yes.
that they're doing a lot of proceeds for COVID-19 victims in Northern Florida. They're selling a T-shirt. And I'm sorry, scrolling down here.
It's all right.
And
That's
then
all right.
we had a big tag match, very good tag match too. FTR defeated the Lucha Brothers.
A little off. I thought Lucha Brothers were a little off. They did that wheelbarrow spot where they kind of messed up a little bit, but then they got back to it. But one of them was chopping former Scott Dawson so hard, that he was bleeding from his chest. So,
He
yeah.
didn't give it back. Dude, the Lucha Brothers look like they just try to hurt you. When
Yeah,
they're
I
in
was
the ring.
like, I want to fuck with Rival. It's like Rival could beat those two guys up. I
What's
think.
his name has gotten so thick. He just put in so
That's
much.
Cash. Yeah,
Cash
Hey,
got
that-
huge.
that-
There it
yeah,
is. There's our
Cash-
follow.
Cash looks jacked, man.
Stud Muffin Steve is
Yeah,
now
and then-
following.
And then Scott Dawson is now Dax Harwood. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell. I was impressed with them at WWE, but I was like, man, they're missing something.
Mhm.
But now that they're in AEW, it's like it's there. It's 100%
Every
there.
time they announce a FTR match, I'm like, I look forward
Oh
to that. It's
way,
gonna be good.
Humanoid is now following.
Humanoid. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I
Maybe-
wonder who that could be.
Maybe Ham and Egger will follow us next.
yeah.
Yeah, but the Sonny Kiss
Will
Cody
you
match
stop?
was yeah. Will you stop?
Will you stop?
The TV title or TNT title match was all right. It was good, but it wasn't great. It
Yeah.
was-
All right, what was our next match?
Well, after that match, it did have a little bit of a development where the Young Bucks attack the Butcher and the Blade, and they take back the keys to FTR's truck. And as an olive branch, Kenny Omega comes out with a cooler of beer, very, very poorly doctored Miller Lite,
Yeah.
to be specific. Just the light kind of scribbled out. And so they give the keys to the truck back to FTR. Omega goes to toast FTR, but they dump the beer over his head.
Yeah.
And he goes after FTR, but the Young Bucks hold him back. And then we had the Chris Jericho promo where he just talked a lot about ratings.
He's the new demo god, which shirt is now available.
He made another
Of course.
catchchphrase.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
already
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Chris Jericho is a legend. So when we went to vacation with my dad and up in the Finger Lakes in New York,
Mhm.
right before we were about to leave, the package showed up and I had my Le Champion bandana
Oh,
on.
there you go.
So I wore it the whole time, man. It was nice to wear my Le Champion
When
scarf,
he
man.
wrestled in that bandana, I was like, that looks really cool. I'm gonna do it, and I did it at the Outbreak David.
Did you?
So, yeah.
What kind of bandana did you wear? Just a regular?
Just a black one to match my gears. I wanted a pink one because it was the Gambit stuff, but I didn't have a pink one. I couldn't
Yeah.
find one. I have one now, so I wore a black one. But
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, except for one time when I got slammed, it went in my mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, man, let me tell you, when it's hot and you sweat like a nut, you could wring it out at the end. But anyway, Chris Jericho's coming out, and he said that Orange Cassidy was one of the best matches in AEW, one of Orange Cassidy's best matches. And he's like, you want to see a rematch? You ain't getting it. And then Orange Cassidy comes out, and he's in the crowd, whatever. And he's just standing there, and he says something, and he's like, you want a match? You're not gonna get it. He just puts his thumb like this, and then puts his thumbs down, and then the orange juice comes down on Chris Jericho, reminiscent of the blood that the Brood used to do. I liked it. I know Tyler didn't like it. I liked it.
Here's the thing. I'm fine with it, but it's something where if WWE did it, AEW fans would be like, look what they're doing. It's so stupid.
I some would. I think some it depended on who would do it and if it fit their character. Now, if Adam Cole like came out drinking soda and he dumped soda on somebody, then people would be like, okay, we like it, you know?
Yeah.
They should do it with Dexter Loomis, and it should be actual blood.
Yeah, blood.
Yeah.
He killed a man.
He murdered
Let me tell you something. Dexter Loomis, he's not offensively bad. He's just not interesting at all when he
Yeah.
wrestles. It's like, man,
So was that all of AEW?
no.
No, that was the first half. Then Jericho takes Taz's place at commentary because Taz is going to be managing Brian Cage later, and he's doing commentary in a orange juice soaked jacket.
Yeah, it was a white jacket that he wore, and that's the shirt.
Of course,
on the
yeah.
cover of the shirt, the
Jericho's
new
smart.
shirt. It's the actual picture of his hair is blowing and stuff. And he's like, "This was a $7,000 jacket, you idiot!" And so he gives Orange Cassidy the match. He's like, "We're gonna wrestle." So they didn't say when. Obviously, the feud's continuing because Jericho liked wrestling Orange Cassidy, and it's so cool for Orange Cassidy.
I'm gonna guess it might be they might do the rematch at All Out.
Yeah.
Since that's coming up in September.
Probably we'll get a 6-man.
Get the crowd reaction hopefully soon.
No, I think
And
it would.
I think if you do it, Orange has to win the rematch. I think that's how you make him a star.
I think Jericho will do that for him.
So I made a yeah, I seen your comment, Steve. He's messaging me because he said I'm following you like a van at a preschool. Yeah. Anyway,
maybe it's a van selling ice cream.
yeah, where it's an ice cream truck.
Maybe it's the Scholastic Fair van.
It is the Scholastic Book Fair van. It's exactly what it is. Now I asked before, do you think Orange Cassidy could ever be a champion or a world champion?
I still don't know about world champion. The secondary title, yes.
Yeah.
World champion, maybe eventually, not right now.
Interesting.
I'd like him to be. Nothing against the guy. He's great.
Is anyone else watching having issues where it's buffering? Because some people, I got a message from Steve saying it might be just his internet. Because my thing is showing that we have a great stream going out. So I don't know. I'm just trying to gauge some people's reactions there. I know you said you're watching, Brian.
Yeah, Brian's moving.
Yeah, it stopped and spun a little bit for me a few times, but other than that, it's been good. I obviously don't have the audio on.
Yeah. All right. I just got to see if I have to make adjustments. But it's one of those things where you can set it to go really high, but if someone's internet may not be strong, it may not work for them. So I don't know. So I have to kind of toy with it. But
at the end of the Jericho thing, when all the orange juice is on him and everything, he's like, "Someone throw me a towel." And they throw him a towel.
Well, also, if anybody's having stream issues, if there's that little gearbox thing, the settings, if you go to the quality,
change the quality down a little bit.
Down here. Anyway, they throw him the towel, and he starts wiping it off, and the towel opens, and it's an Orange Cassidy towel. And
Oh, really?
like, ah!
Oh, yeah.
So now Orange Cassidy towels will be a thing.
And I believe X Cobber said if you want one, you can find them on Shop AEW.
Yeah, you could buy an Orange Cassidy towel.
And Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah, so if there's a little gearbox, if you're having issues where it's buffering, maybe your internet can't handle the 1080p or whatever it's streaming at, just bump it down to 720 or something, and it should play better for you guys. All right, so the next we have Brian Cage versus Jon Moxley.
Next was
we had a 6-man.
Yes.
Oh, the 6-man. I'm sorry.
6-man was next.
I keep looking at Francine here on the
Jurassic
cover of this magazine.
That's not Francine. That's Beulah McGillicuddy.
Oh shit.
Oh, Beulah. That's Tommy Dreamer's wife.
Yeah.
And it was Kenny and the Young Bucks, the Elite, defeating Jurassic Express. Little bit of a tease for maybe a Kenny heel turn. He gets a little aggressive with Marco after the match.
Yeah, he kept beating him up, and then this match and the FTR match and Cody's match, they kept showing Tully Blanchard. Like they're really teasing hard the 4 Horsemen of AEW, which will be obviously FTR, Cody, and maybe Hangman. They did a thing then after was it this match? They show Hangman at a bar and he's drinking, and then at the end of the match, FTR comes to the bar and sits down with him to drink.
So what do you think it'll be FTR?
They're gonna swerve. It's gonna be Cody and FTR 100%, and then they make it seem like it's gonna be Hangman, but then it won't because I think Hangman's gonna stay good. But then they'll be like, what's his name? Sean Spears is kind of like, so I don't know. Maybe it will be Hangman.
Yeah.
And then
by the way, when you brought up Beulah, this reminded me. Tammy Sitch arrested again.
Oh, yeah, she was arrested again, I believe for...
yeah, we were going to get into that. Yeah. She's actually on the cover of this Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
PWI poll. Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Your spot there.
So, so the 6-man tag, Kenny actually showed a little bit more heel. I like heel Kenny more than I like goofy good guy Kenny. So, hopefully he does turn heel because he was like beating down on and then beforehand the Jurassic Express cut a promo, and then Marco Stunt was like, "Oh, Jericho looked like a stupid idiot." Blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, there's another match for Jericho then. So
yeah. All right, next match.
But then we did have a angle where Nyla Rose unveiled her new manager.
I like it.
Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah, how about
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Listen, man, we said a thing on the show a while ago. I wish managers were a thing again.
Mhm. And now they are. In
Listen,
AW.
there's a shit ton of them now, and I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I think managers are fun. I will, and I know a lot of people are saying, "Whoa, stupid double managers!" Like managers everywhere. I will take managers over double champions all day long.
I like managers. I mean, they
Yeah.
never should have got rid of managers, especially if you go back in the '80s.
Yeah.
You go watch WrestleMania 5, and Bobby Heenan comes out, or Jimmy
Jim
Hart.
Cornette.
One of them two, Jimmy Hart,
Oh,
come
Jimmy
out.
Hart.
Like one of them two are out for every single match. So nothing against managers. I don't know if Nyla really needed a manager, but hey, it helps.
Yeah.
You know, Vicky Guerrero, she's a good talker. So that's cool. I actually got my Nyla shirt. Should be here tomorrow.
Oh, you ordered
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Which one did you get?
Her new one. It says like beating your ass world tour or something like that.
Speaking of PPW, best of
Yeah.
Sammy Pandora versus Nyla,
Oh, how about that?
and Nyla was dressed up as Kratos from God of War.
Yeah.
It looked awesome. Yeah. So once again, PPW and Hazelton has some pretty cool names
Mhm.
coming through there. So you always try to check out their shows because you never know who's going to be on TV one day.
That's right.
Alrighty. Next match.
The next match was the Nightmare Sisters, Brandy and Allie, against Kenzie Page and MJ Jenkins, and obviously Brandy Rhodes and Allie got the win there.
This was short.
Just what it needed to be.
That's what my statement is.
Yeah.
This was short.
Yeah, and they're kind of scrambling there because I guess QT Marshall is supposed to be like a crucial part of the angle.
Yeah,
and
and he got
he's
COVID.
got
or-
COVID, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, he's doing good. He's not dying.
He's not dying.
But Ali is super duper hot, but can't wrestle.
No.
I forgot Brandy did wrestle, and she's all right.
Decent.
The two job girls look pretty good though. The one girl kind of looks like a Barbie doll, but she's black, and she has like hair shaved on the side. But she has real blonde hair, and she was wearing all pink. I was like, she wears like a Barbie. She looks pretty good. I forget her name. That's Kenzie Page, or what was that girl's name?
I think it's MJ Jenkins.
Yeah, MJJ. But apparently she was, I guess, in NXT she wasn't on TV yet, but then they released her. But
Okay.
she looked pretty good.
Nice.
And then Kenzie Page is from the Pritchard Jacobs Wrestling Academy.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Which is not Bruce Pritchard, but his brother,
his brother.
Dr. Tom.
Dr. Tom Pritchard, and Glenn Jacobs.
I take a bullet for
Kane,
him.
yeah.
Put it in Bruce.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
As you sneeze.
Weird
there.
yawn. I had a weird yawn there. Speaking of doctors, was he sending notes up to the commentators table this whole night?
They didn't have too much of her. She was there,
Yeah,
and
they
she
didn't do
sent
a
one
whole lot of
to
break, yeah.
Jericho, because Jericho goes, I just got a message, or maybe it was Taz. I forget. Taz was doing the first half.
You got your
Jericho's doing the
Dr.
second.
Britt
Yeah,
Baker shirt
yeah,
on.
Yeah, right now.
We'll take a picture of that and,
Um,
and put it out there.
Yeah, because
I
Shivani's.
think it was. I think it's like Andy said, because Shivani wasn't there.
Yeah, so Shivani's test did not come back in time.
Okay.
He's
So
okay.
He's fine. He just
yeah,
didn't come
it's-
back.
But
and,
just
yeah.
as a precaution, just didn't use him.
Did you get a mystery shirt?
Yes, I did.
What was your mystery shirt?
For this one,
Yeah.
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi. Oh, yeah, that's right. The
It says
Tanahashi
High
one.
Flying Ace on it. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is awesome. So I got another mystery shirt. I don't know what it is yet because I didn't get it. But Pro Wrestling Tees, the pricks, they what was it? They sent me an email and said, hey, your order is shipped Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just checked the tracking and it goes, well, not available. I'm like, oh, well, they'll get there. Monday, I get it. It's like, we have sent your shirt out. Why did you send me an email on Friday?
Yeah.
3 days later, then the shirt actually goes out.
The-
Wait the 3 days.
The mystery shirts on there have
Especially when
always
you
been
pay
stellar.
$50 for shipping.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
actually wearing my mystery shirt right now. It's my Harley Race.
Oh, that's pretty
my
cool.
Harley Race
I'm hoping
shirt.
I get the Kojima shirt. Like, that's it. I don't know.
I got the freshly squeezed shirt.
Yeah. What a cool thing that they do, they send you a shirt that is of someone that has some name recognition.
Yeah.
It's not just some random indie guy that like sold 4 shirts.
Yep. It's pretty cool. All right. I'm sorry. Next, a little pro wrestling tee segment there. Next match.
Well, that's good because I'm actually going to bring up a T-shirt here. The main event was John Moxley beating Brian Cage to retain the AW title. Moxley had a Danny Havoc shirt, and Danny Havoc was the wrestler, was like a CZW mainstay who passed away about a month ago. And they're actually selling that shirt. There's a link on the Facebook page. You have to basically DM the guy or email the company that makes it. It's like Powerbomb Printing or something like that. And they're selling them, I think, through the middle of next week. And 100% of the money they're making is going to Danny Havoc's family.
That's awesome. Yo, how about that Shad Gaspar shirt is literally on every wrestling promotion, and like usually WWE does not allow non-WWE shirts to be shown on TV.
MVP.
Dijakovic was wearing it on
was it?
NXT.
Oh, wow.
MVP wore it. It's been on AEW a bunch of times, so that's pretty cool. That maybe they're going to loosen the reins up a little bit on stuff. Probably not, but
No, I would
it's
say
just been
no.
really interesting to see the Shad Gaspar shirt on
Yeah.
WWE TV.
And then when Gulak wrestled AJ Styles a few weeks ago on SmackDown, he had Havoc on his wrist tape.
Yeah. All right, so
Yeah,
that
and Taz threw in the towel too. So Brian Cage was
Yeah.
in the armbar. Moxley was working the arm the whole time. The match was good. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
And then Taz threw in the towel. So Bryan didn't tap and he didn't lose. And then Darby Allin came out and the lights go out. I'm like, oh, Rusev now. Then lights come back on. Darby Allin hits Brian Cage with the skateboard off the top rope because he's the one who took Darby out.
So maybe
Anytime the lights go out, I assume Sabu.
Yeah, Sabu. When you hear the whistle, it's finally, baby.
So I think what we're gonna do is maybe Sunday afternoon around 12 o'clock, if this works for you guys. Up to you. I know you were invited.
Yeah, I'll be working.
I don't know if we're doing it here or if we're gonna do it at Jeff's house,
Yeah.
but you are welcome to join. I believe. Yeah, you know what I mean. But even if it's maybe me, you and me, Brian and Tyler, we'll figure something out. But we're gonna do our pro wrestling scorecards. If you fill yours out, I can kind of I could put yours in while we're talking. We'll do our pro wrestling scorecards live here on Twitter on Twitch at 12 o'clock. If you want to play along, head over to Pro Wrestling Scorecard. They're not out yet, but follow along. And it's digital.pro-wrestling scorecards that you can play. And send us a message and we can get you into the Tornado Tag group on there. It's pretty cool to see because you have Busted Open Radio. You see all these pretty big
It's
names.
fun.
And then you see Tornado Tag Podcast right there. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool that we're part of that. They're really cool guys. We got to interview them. So play along at the Pro Wrestling Scorecards with us. It's a really good time. But we'll go over that on Sunday, and you can check the replay out immediately after. But if you want to tune in live, come over to Twitch TV /IWEP podcast and follow along and hit the subscribe and follow. And every time we go live, you'll see us. Every podcast is now live on here. Tuesday nights is Not Cool in High School. Bi-weekly, every other week. All my interviews, if the guest is okay being live, they will be live on Twitch. Any interviews we do for Tornado Tag Podcast, Not Cool in High School, Banging Beers will all be on here. Thursday nights, we're here doing Tornado Tag Podcast. Friday nights is Banging Beers Podcast. So we're all on Twitch, and then you could, like I said, check the replays. Everything above our head, my head. There's the Twitter. There's the Instagram. Follow all those.
And you're video gaming on Twitch, too.
Yeah,
so.
I stream video games all the time on here. I'm playing games, so you can come join and watch me play video games and maybe even play along. So thank you guys so much for the subscribers. We're getting really close to 50. The 4 people watching is definitely helping us out. Thank you guys so much. It's awesome. We're growing a little bit here, little by little. So that'll do it. We're all caught up with pro wrestling when it comes to what's going on TV. We'll get into the pay-per-view because we still have Friday Night SmackDown. What I'm thinking maybe we can do is maybe like Saturday mornings or something like that. Maybe if their day comes, we can maybe play catch up, but we'll figure it out in the future. But Andy brought some Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines. We're going to play a little game here.
Yeah, I'll just go the one. So there's top 50 questions, right, that they ask. So this is 1996's issue. So I'm just going to find it's usually like who's the best wrestler, who does the best stuff.
we're gonna when you play
Here's a good
along, just think this is 1996. We're in time travel.
Okay, so I'll just
give us an example.
yeah. So this is like who gives the best interviews. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
The
7.
best interviews in 96.
Yeah, and there's always others, right? So I don't know why. And then because if others wins, then what the fuck did they write about? So I'll just give you. It says the best interviews, and winning at 19% was Cactus Jack, which is a little late because I believe he was Mankind by this time. Then Big Van Vader.
This is not promo. This is interviews.
Well,
Okay.
back in the day, that's what they were called.
Cactus Jack was the best promo in 96.
Well, he talked a lot in ECW, but by 96.
His ECW promos were amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Okay.
the magazine's probably you gotta think this back in the day when the magazine would come out for February, but it was actually February's issue actually came out in December, and it was behind. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, then
1995. I am in 7th grade now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Jarrett, he got 12%. 11%, Jim Cornette. I think he would be number 1 on this list. Public Enemy was 9. That's the tag team. Number 6, Bob Backlund.
This is gonna be hard. This is
Yeah.
gonna be really hard.
So I mean, that's one, and then like I'll get one. I'll find a move here. So here you go. You want who has the best power slam or who has the best leg drop?
Best leg drop.
Okay, obviously that you're gonna know a couple people there. So it's 1996.
Hogan's got to be on the list.
Okay, so yeah, there 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 people on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 people on the list, and others is the 5th spot. So Hogan is one. He won by 75%.
He's
Who-
number 1.
Who else do you think had the best leg drop in 1996?
Yokozuna.
Yokozuna is also on the list. He won.
Nice.
He got 3rd place with 9%. The other 2 guys you'll never get ever.
Okay, who they are? Who are they?
Do you want to guess at all?
No.
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
Okay, one was a world champion. One was not a one was a world champion in WCW and WWF. One
Diesel. Kevin Nash.
Diesel. Yes, he was number 2. At 10%. How about that? The other guy was in WCW for a hot minute. He was really fat when he went there. He was in great shape in WWE. It was WWF at the time. He won the Intercontinental title. And he joined the group.
Sid?
He fought
Sid Vicious?
Nope. He fought against the group, and then he joined the group.
Earthquake?
Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson. There you go.
Ahmed
Johnson
Johnson.
was the fourth 4% for the best leg drop.
Oh man, this is fun.
Yeah,
I like
so
it.
there's a bunch. We can go through a bunch of these moves here. So
Give us some more topics.
Oh, so this is finish. Do you want a topic or do you want to move?
like a topic. Give us like a cool topic we
Okay,
can try to
let me
guess
think of
at.
something here. So let's go. Here we go. This is a good one.
Rattle off a couple, and then we'll have people in the chat pick what they want to guess.
Okay, well, if they're gonna talk, if not, which is the best specialty match? As in
Best
match?
best
Yeah.
gimmick match.
Yeah.
1995. I'm gonna say ladder match.
Yeah. Who is the wrestling's best brawler? There's one. Which is wrestling's best brawling tag team? Who is the most overrated wrestler in the world in 1996? Let's do that one
Let's
right
do
now.
that one right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 5 people.
Hulk Hogan.
He makes the list at number 5 at 6%.
Yes.
The most overrated wrestler in 1996. Let's hold on. Let's see when this. So this is actually the June issue. So June 1996. So
Is Shawn
we're
Michaels?
well into
Is Shawn
96.
Michaels on the list?
Shawn Michaels is not on the
Thank
list
God. All
because
right.
everyone knew he was great.
I'm gonna go Shane Douglas.
Shane Douglas did not make the list. I'll make it a little easier. It is just WCW and WWF guys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Most overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash is shockingly not on this list.
Wow. Sting.
Okay. So this is middle 96.
Yeah,
All
so this
right,
is the middle 96. I gotta think who was kind of maybe just chugging along, not really doing so much here.
Randy Savage.
There is 2 guys in WCW. Well, one guy flipped back and forth like crazy, and one guy has
Jeff Jarrett.
Nope. The other one.
Oh, okay.
The other guy that flipped back and forth. It will come to you. 2 guys never
1, 2,
left.
3 Kid.
Nope. 2 guys never left WWE. Ever. And-
Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker is on here at 8%. 96 was not a
Wow.
good year. That's when
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
No, he's not on there. Undertaker was wearing the mask at that time when he broke his face because Mabel
Ooh,
gave him a leg
Phantom
drop.
of the Opera Taker.
Yes, and it was not a good year for Undertaker. So you got Undertaker, you got Hulk Hogan. There is the top 3. You got to think maybe who won a title in WCW in 1996, the world champion.
Goldberg.
No, he wasn't around yet. He didn't come out until
Oh.
99.
Was it Sting?
Nope, no Sting. Sting.
I can't. I'm drawing a blank on who was the champion in '96.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna go
Flair?
number 3. You would
They couldn't put Flair on that
no,
list.
no. Number 3, you never get. I don't believe he was on here. I don't know why they put him on here. Somebody had some hatred towards Owen Hart. He should not be on this list at 9%.
He's
of the most
overrated.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Number 2.
I'm trying to run through the. I'm trying to think of this WCW champion.
Number 2 is the one that flipped back and forth like crazy, and that is Psycho Sid Vicious.
Oh yeah.
Oh
he's
yeah,
the-
yeah.
he
I should have got that.
Yeah,
That's
he
obvious.
he won with 30% of the vote. And the guy that came with number 40% of the vote, when I say it, you'll be like, oh yeah, Lex Luger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
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 Lex Luger.
I like that topic.
So that's a good one. Should PWI recognize the 3rd world title? So back then there was only 2. These are pretty good. Give a letter to WCW Commissioner Nick Bockwinkel for his performance. We don't have to go over that one. We can do a couple more. Who's the most influential man in wrestling? Jeez.
Influential man in wrestling
there's
in
only
96.
4 people, and
Alright.
it's blatantly obvious.
Shawn Michaels.
No.
Shot.
Vince
Shot.
McMahon.
You gotta stop saying Shawn Michaels for everything. I think Shawn was maybe taking a break at this point.
Oh, is he? This has been lost his smile.
I think. I'm not sure. Vince McMahon, obviously. He's number 2 with 24% of the vote. Just think.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric
Yep.
Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff is 12% of the vote.
Paul Heyman.
Nope.
Nick Bockwinkel.
Nope.
I think they do kayfabe there. Gorilla Monsoon.
You got no. He's actually his picture is right above it though.
Oh.
Because he's in a different article. Think higher up. Main event. Higher up.
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner is in with 20% of the vote, and the number 1 most influential man in professional wrestling at 44% of the vote.
In 96.
Yeah, that's not Vince McMahon or Eric Bischoff.
Baba.
Nope.
Inoki.
He's nope. He's an American wrestler.
Okay.
Hogan?
Yep,
Wrestler.
Hogan.
okay.
Hogan. Yeah.
Hogan, yeah,
Hogan
Hogan,
with
yeah.
44% of the vote. Well, he was influential at the time. So, oh, here we go. Who was the best television commentator in wrestling in 1996?
Tony Schiavone. Jim Ross.
Well, Jim Ross, 8% actually,
Yeah.
because Jim was he on yeah
Jerry,
he was,
Jerry the King Lawler.
I don't think he was on Raw full time though. He might have been doing the 1 hour thing.
Bobby.
96 is when he turned heel when they brought in the fake
Oh yeah,
Razor
that's
Diesel,
right.
too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
Bobby.
Obviously, Jerry Lawler is number 1, 25%.
Okay.
Okay, so you said Bobby Heenan. He was number 3 at 12%. Tony
Joey
Schiavone-
Styles.
Joey Styles is number 2 at 23%, which
Wow.
is when he was kicking ass in '96. Then you got Jim Ross was third. Fourth was Schiavone at 7%. Gene Okerlund, which is I don't consider him a commentary. He's number 6.
Yeah.
And then Vince McMahon because he was still doing commentary.
Yeah.
Rounds it out. And then there's an awesome picture of Schiavone and Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan has like
Yo,
a
that
it looks like he'd rather be anywhere else.
That video I put in the group chat of Bobby saying that heaven is now the
Sorry,
for
I'm
when
laughing
Gorilla
so hard.
Monsoon passed away and Bobby gave that speech on Nitro. Goosebumps.
Yeah. So it must have been when should Shawn Michaels retire? No, 71% of the vote, and then 14% of assholes said yes.
Yeah.
So there's also like who's the best manager? Who's the sexiest woman?
Who's sexiest woman? Let's do
Yeah.
that in '96.
You're not gonna know 2, possibly 3 of them.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just go run
Sonny.
them down.
Sonny is number 1, 47%. Beulah McGillicuddy, right there. She's 19%. Woman, well, you know her.
Yeah.
The Chris Benoit. She was 50%. And then the Diamond Doll, Kimberly Page, was number 4.
Okay. Marlena should have been on that list.
Yeah, yeah, she would have been around by then because Goldust.
What was the other one that you just said right before the women?
Best managers?
Best manager.
This is insanely easy.
Well, '96. So is Alfonso on there?
He might not have been managing quite yet.
Okay.
So Bill
Jim
Alfonso-
Cornette.
Yeah, Jim Cornette is number
yeah.
2.
Number 2.
Well,
wow.
woman.
He
If
was like the
woman's
main
on the
heel
list,
manager.
she's got to be in the managers, right? Woman.
No, because she was managing, but I guess because they consider her
Sherry?
a woman. Yes, Sherry's number 3. She was managing Harlem Heat at the time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart.
What's the
Jimmy
guy?
Hart is number 1.
What's the
with
guy with the big
43%.
the guy with the big dick?
Oh, what's his name? Colonel Robert Parker. No, he's not.
Colonel Parker.
They have
Parker.
Kevin Sullivan as a manager, but he was still wrestling at the time. And then Ted DiBiase,
Yeah.
who
Ted
was
DiBiase,
not
yeah.
really managing because his career was.
I
basically
showed
wrapped up.
my dad when we were on vacation because I was wearing wrestling shirts. He goes, man, I can't remember anything growing up when you were a kid watching wrestling, but I watched it all the time with you. So I showed him the Jake the Snake biting Macho Man again, and then I showed him Ted DiBiase kicking the basketball out of the kid's hand while he was dribbling.
Okay.
And my dad was pissing himself laughing. He goes, you would never be able to do that today. Like it was.
Yeah. So, let's do this one real quick. Who is pound for pound the best wrestler in the world?
And '96.
96.
Hogan's probably on there, right?
No, pound for pound means the best in ring. Like a pound for pound right now would be like Johnny Gargano or Ciampa. Or
I'm
Cole.
going with Tony's answer, Shawn Michaels.
Yes, Shawn Michaels number 2. That's what he
Alright.
should said. Shawn Michaels.
Son of a bitch.
So all these people are great.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart is
Bret
number
Hart, yeah.
3. 2 guys you won't know because they're from Japan.
Okay. You guess,
Solid?
Brian.
No, he's a smaller guy. Otani.
What did you say? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said Masawa, then
Yes.
I said Otani
Yeah,
because Otani's a smaller guy.
Masawa is number 5.
Is Jushin Liger on there?
No, he's not.
He's the only guy I would know.
Yeah, their guy. I don't know if he should be on here because he was slowing down at this point. That the Great Muta it comes in at the
Great
6th
Muta.
spot, yeah. So the number 1 you know, you've seen him wrestle. Many
What
times.
federation?
WCW and WWE. And he was a world champion in WWE.
World champion
Yes.
WWE.
And he's still there.
Jericho.
Ray.
Jericho's not in WWE.
Ray Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say Sting. Is Sting
Yeah.
on the list?
No, he's not.
Wow.
And Sabu, which I don't know if I'm from the
I mean,
best
he was crazy.
yeah, I don't know if he's the best
Yeah.
wrestler. I mean,
Yeah.
This is like kind of like a workers list. So Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio 1, Shawn Michaels 2, Bret Hart 3, Sabu 4.
Ray Mysterio in '96
Mr. Wall 5.
listed
Thank
as
you,
one of the
Ray
pound
Rey
for
Mysterio was
pound.
great.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, he was great. So
Yeah, those amazing matches with Psychosis and
I'm
Hoovy.
gonna go right to
I
the-
was a Psychosis fan.
Wow. What is wrestling's best maneuver? So what do you think wrestling's best maneuver was in 1996?
Super kick.
Keep in mind, some stuff was not around yet.
Super kick.
Nope.
I was
That's
like,
not even on
Powerbomb.
the list. Actually Powerbomb is not on the list.
wow.
Oh, wow.
What was a high spot in 96? Well, you might not know. There was no
Moonsault.
big.
Frankensteiner.
Yeah, Moonsault is number 1
Frankensteiner.
with
Moonsault.
47%.
Oh, wow.
The Frankensteiner did not make the list actually.
Oh, wow.
Number 2.
Hunaka-Rana.
No.
That is a
That is
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. A flying body press, which is cross body off the top. These are the high spots in 96.
Now you have guys doing Canadian destroyers off the
Yeah.
top rope to the outside.
Number 3, the double drop kick, and number 4,
the double drop.
Number 4 can't be the vertical suplex. Like, come on, there was core moves in '96, but like right here,
Number 5.
who has the best
Number
power
5,
bomb?
Pitbull.
Is like, so
Kevin Nash.
That's the number 5, 50th question. 48 is who has the best power bomb. Kevin Nash got number 2. He was
Okay.
Vader.
Vader has number
Vader.
1, and Sid has 3.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Those are 3. You see what happened with the power bomb and why that doesn't really do it anymore, because Billy Kidman came into wrestling and that kind of did it for the power bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, how about the number 1 move we didn't even say? It's clearly in '96 the back rake. I mean, if the double drop kick.
No, I'll go through. There's a whole move thing. It's a clothesline, drop kick,
Oh
moonsault,
my god.
cross body, pile driver, leg drop, power slam, sharpshooter, power bomb, and what was the other one? Who has the best vertical suplex and who has the best overall finisher? So
Who's the best overall finisher?
yeah, 1996.
Brian, you go first.
I'm going to go with sharpshooter, Bret Hart.
Yes, number 1 with a bullet,
Wow.
25%.
Wow. Wow. Ric Flair, wow.
And then you got you got one WCW guy.
Is the cutter on there?
Scorpion Deathlock Sting.
I don't know if he was using it yet.
Okay.
He might have, but he wasn't over yet. DDP.
Okay.
What'd you say there?
The Scorpion Deathlock.
I said
no.
I was making a joke.
Yeah,
Scorpion
yeah,
Deathlock Sting.
So 96.
One guy doesn't wrestle anymore. 2 guys don't wrestle anymore. Well, maybe 3. Well, I guess Brett doesn't either. There's 1 active wrestler still on this list. Well,
is
maybe
is
active.
Jericho's lion salt on there?
No, he might be in the moonsault though. That wasn't his finisher though.
Okay. The flip
Is
off the
the-
rope.
Yeah, that wasn't his finisher. It was
Oh.
always the line tamer.
The line tamer.
Is the pedigree on there?
No, it is not.
Okay. I'm thinking active wrestlers.
Sweet Chin
But
Music.
he's kind of active. No,
Yeah,
there's not much Sean in here other than the best pound for pound. He
'Cause
was
he's probably-
doing,
I'm trying to figure out where exactly. I'm trying to timeline this.
but if he was taking a break
the
right
Tombstone?
then, yes, Tombstone is number 2.
Tombstone.
Yeah,
okay.
22%. Undertaker.
Um,
So another guy that was hot in '96 and then not
the-
really hot
the-
ever again.
Kevin Nash's power bomb.
No, it should be on here, but it's not. But maybe one of his buddies. is on.
Sid Vicious. Oh,
Nope.
the Razor
Oh,
Ramon's.
Outsider Edge.
Yeah, the Razor's Edge
Razor's
is number 4. Number 5, leg drop Hogan.
Ew.
Number
Of
number
course.
3,
Ray-
you'll never get.
Rey Mysterio's moves it on there.
Yeah, he would have had the well, it wasn't doing the West. He might have been doing the West Coast Pop, but it wasn't called that. It was
Yeah.
like Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
Number
How
3,
about the let me try number 3 here. Here. Is it the cross-faced chicken wing?
no, maybe that's
Oh,
best submission.
Damn.
It is the Pro River Plunge by Armin Johnson. And if you give him one move, he did do that one move.
Yeah,
well.
he did. He did really
Yeah.
well. This is, dude. I'm digging this. This is.
So,
How many
I ha-
magazines do you
I have the '98 one. I have the '97 one at home.
Alright.
So there'll be
We'll save.
different
We'll
here.
save that one for
There's
next
still
week.
more questions here for
Yeah, yeah.
this one too. I mean, not that we do them now. But we
Yeah,
can
no,
do
this is
whenever.
fun. Give us a couple
Yeah.
more here.
Okay, let me look here.
I hope the people listening are
How
enjoying
about you
this as
do
much
it?
as I am.
How about you do who had the best moonsault in 1996?
Rey Mysterio?
You've never seen one guy wrestle ever. Two
Oh,
guys.
then I'll probably never.
Rey Mysterio Jr. is number 2 at 32%.
Vader.
Vader is at number 5 at 6%.
Nice. Ultimo Dragon.
Harry Funk.
No, Terry Funk not on here. Ultimo Dragon not on here. He would have been WCW, I
Muta.
think. Maybe not. He would have been. So one guy
Muta.
was in WCW, and then he went to ECW, and then he went to WWF, and then he retired.
Guerrero.
Nope.
I don't know who else would do a moonsault there.
Yeah, you don't know this guy.
WCW. You said WCW to ECW to WWF?
Yes.
All right.
Psychosis.
Nope. It's like so there's no more luchadors on here.
Okay.
You can rule out the luchadors.
Super,
Trying to think of-
super crazy.
You can rule out luchadors.
Trying to think of people who went that direction.
Okay, there's another guy. There's an ECW guy in here. Like Big
Sabu.
Yeah, Sabu's
Sabu,
number 3.
yeah.
So you got Rey Mysterio 2, Sabu's 3, somebody is 4, and Vader's 5. So the number 4.
Jerry Lynn.
No, actually, the number 4 is a Japanese guy, but he did have a run in WCW. So I'm sorry you don't know him.
It's not Muta.
Yes, it is Muta.
Muda.
Yeah, that,
Oh,
that
okay.
was his finisher. And number 1, 96.
Best moonsault.
He was TV champion
Kidman.
in ECW
Oh.
at the time.
Oh, Too Cold.
Yeah, Too Cold Scorpio. He had
Nice.
33%. His moonsault was really
See,
good.
Was that the
I
Alexa
think him.
Bliss
I think
one?
450 Splash.
No, just regular moonsault.
Okay.
Yeah, he did 450. He also did the the flipping leg drop. Too Cold was really good. He didn't
Mhm.
look like he could do that. Like he was a big
We'll
dude.
do one more
I love
category.
Too
We'll
Cold.
do one more
Do
category
you
here.
want to do move or do you want to do something like?
I thought we did move.
No, there's more moves.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's you want to do the best? Which is the best specialty match? in 1996, or would
Yeah,
you?
let's do specialty match. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he said ladder match.
Yeah, so ladder match is number 3 actually, 14%, because there wasn't many ladder matches in 96.
Casket match. Or is that too
Nope,
early?
nope. I believe they had one.
Cage
but
match.
Cage match
Cage match got to be on there. Right?
is number 2 at 15%. You gotta think what was
Oh,
real
I
popular
got
in
it, I
96.
got it, I got it.
Lumberjack.
False count anywhere.
Yeah, Falls County is the number 1 with 35%.
Yeah.
So there's one more. It's an old school one. I don't remember any in ECW.
Strap match.
I'll give it to you. It's a chain match, so they were chained
Chain.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
this is cool that you and then
Yeah, I like that. That's
we
fun.
have there's ones that have rankings, so we could go through the rankings. And like a lot of times they would do this cool thing in the back where they put random indie shows. So there's just like top 10. So there's top 10 overall. Of,
Can I
of the
look at it real
month.
quick?
Yeah, and then there's top 10 for each Fed. So check that out real quick. So we can like guess that. So every single PWI has that.
So top.
What I would do when I was a kid is they would have like the WCW top 10 and the WWF and be like, okay, number 10 versus number 10, who would win?
Yeah.
Like, okay, number 10 in WCW is Rick Rude, and number 10 in WWF is
We could do that real
is
quick. You want to do that real fast?
Razor Ramon. Yeah.
All right, so we'll do world champions. World champion versus world champion. We'll do. You want to? So it would be number 10 versus number 10. Well, I guess these are I'm not sure. Actually, you should probably do that. So it's the top 10 contenders.
So yeah, so this is like the top 10 ranked people overall of wrestling. right
Okay,
here,
and then the champions are
so
below.
so world champion for WCW is Ric Flair, and this is like who would be like number 1 contender, number 2 contender, like who's doing good.
Ric Flair
yeah,
versus Bret Hart.
yeah. So that would be the world the 2 world champions when this magazine was written.
Yeah.
So it probably wasn't June. It was probably
So who would you go
late
with
April.
that? Flair versus Bret Hart. That'd be a great match.
Mhm.
Has it ever happened?
Yeah, they wrestled it
Yeah.
sold out.
Yeah,
Did they?
and
When
Flair
Bret first
lost
went to WCW.
Bret
Oh yeah, and
for the title.
Flair lost the
WWF.
title to him. Yeah.
So I guess Bret would win.
But
that match.
number 10 actually, this would be an interesting match. Would be DDP versus Triple H.
That'd be a good match.
Number 9 would be
I
probably
know who's going over on that one.
yeah, probably awful, and that would be One Man Gang versus Steve Austin. Number 8, I would watch all day. Arn Anderson versus Razor Ramon.
Wow.
Number
Oh, yeah.
7 we did see, and it sucked. Lex Luger versus Tatanka. Number
Yeah.
6 would be Johnny B. Bad versus Jeff Jarrett. No, thank you.
I would watch that.
5 Sting versus Ahmed Johnson. I'm gonna take a pass on that one.
Poor Sting.
We did get to see this one later on in WCW, the Giant versus Diesel. No, thank
Yeah.
you there. This one
Almost killed him.
I don't remember ever seeing this match, but it's possible it happened. Macho Man versus The Undertaker.
I don't think I'd ever.
I don't know.
Did it?
I don't know if it did. It was probably like a Superstars or maybe an attack. I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't recall that one.
This one happened at a SummerSlam when he came back. Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. And then Conan must have been kicking ass because he's number 1 in WCW. Conan versus Goldust.
I'd watch
Oh,
it.
what happened there is they would always rank the U.S. champion and
Oh,
the Intercontinental champion.
oh, that's right,
Number
yeah.
1.
And they do have most popular for 96, most hated. They have All Japan, New Japan, ECW, USWA, which was
Who's the most popular?
Shawn Michaels.
Who's the most hated?
And it's cool. They give you last issue, and he was number 1 for last issue. It's funny he wasn't in more of the moves. The most hated was Ric Flair. Woo!
Wow.
So it's a pretty cool.
Apparently, Randy Savage and Undertaker did wrestle,
Really?
but I think it might have been in Europe.
Okay. Wow.
Interesting.
And then they have like cumulative ratings, and then singles. Bret Hart got the most points there. They have tag teams, and they also have little tiny like almost indies. PCW, which I used to go to. I don't know. Brian might have went to some. And Reckless Youth is there. Brian D'Lo Brown was there. Mark Mest, who runs the Mest. Boo Bradley. These are
Wait,
some-
the Mess Brothers?
Yeah. Jimmy Dio.
Boo
he used to
Bradley,
be-
that's Boo Bradley's Balls Mahoney.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jimmy Dio used to own the Mess Brothers dungeon, then Mess Brothers took over. So that's pretty cool that they're in there.
Well, the Mess Brothers are getting some love in Pro Wrestling
how
Illustrated.
about that? Back in the day, Chris Hamrick, Glenn Osborne, Mikey Whipwreck. I'm just going to different feds here. Mr. Hughes, and they have AAA. So it's pretty. And they have like a little indie roundup. So this was
Now,
really cool back in the day.
Where was Pro Wrestling Illustrated printed out of?
I believe Philly.
Oh, was it? It was a Pennsylvania
It
magazine.
was a little north of Philly. It was
Oh.
like I think like Bucks County.
Oh,
or-
okay.
but it was
yeah.
a PA. It was a PA magazine.
Yes.
They moved to PA. They moved. I think they started in New York and then they moved to PA.
Yeah,
But like
that's
Bill
awesome.
Apter is
have
one of the
the
main
fo-
guys
yeah.
who's from around Philly.
It's pretty cool. I just want to say this for people listening. So the New Japan champion was Takada, Nobuhiko Takada, and the All Japan champion was Misawa. So this was when New Japan was. It was all right. It
Do
was
they
still
still
good.
do
Yeah.
these magazines?
Pro Wrestling Illustrated does
Or
the
is it just like
PWI 500, and I think they come out like there might be like 6 times a year, 4 times a year, something like that.
Yeah, like bi-monthly.
Yeah.
They do the female 50, the PWI 500.
Yes. So I have the female 52 if you want to guess that one, and I have some PWIs from back in the day. There's Jericho right there, cruiserweight champion.
That's the world champion.
No, that's a cruiserweight title.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
And
see
they
it now, yeah.
are they're out of Bluebell, PA, which is in Montgomery County. It's
Oh,
just,
okay.
right outside of Philly.
I was gonna say that. I don't know they were somewhere near Philly. So it's pretty cool because like back when you're a kid, like, and then you only get WWE magazine, like, well, I don't know all this stuff. Like you would never know about the New Japan or anything like that, or the like USWA. And then sometimes they would do a spotlight, like right here. They do a spotlight, like you hear Razor Ramon, Arn Anderson, Rey Mysterio Jr.
I just remember getting these magazines when I was a kid.
And here's
and,
Kevin Green.
And I would just see so many photos of bloody Ric Flair, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who is this guy?
And one of the things that was cool was like on the middle there was always the color pictures.
Barry Windham looks like it looks like the dude from Butcher and the Blade right now in this photo.
And this
Was
magazine,
he the stalker at that point?
he might have been. Yeah, or he's just done.
Ric Flair with a bunch of Hooters girls.
Yeah, this magazine was $3.50 in 1996, and I bought it at the Giant, which just recently closed.
The Champions of Wrestling video game.
I don't know.
Oh, that was like a dice game.
Oh, yeah,
Champions
so-
of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah, they had like
Yeah.
this game thing where you could mail in. It was like a role-playing wrestling game, and you'd mail in and stuff. Remember, the internet in '96 was very primitive.
I wonder if we could find that on eBay. Champions of the Galaxy wrestling game.
Champions of the Galaxy, that Trajan Horn.
Yeah, it was like a tabletop game. It was like a dice game, but it was wrestling.
Did you ever play it?
No, I did do the mail-in thing though. I did do the IWA,
Yeah.
the thing Andy was talking about. I did do
Yeah.
that.
I never did anything. Dave Schultz? That's not Dave Schultz. It's there, Dave Schultz. Oh, the Olympic gold medals. Oh, wow. Here's something. So, in focus, Pro Wrestling Illustrated online on AOL. Look at the computer. I took a picture
I'm
of that.
sorry. Champions of the Galaxy is a card game, and apparently it still exists.
Wow, how about that? This is there's a whole article here how you can look at wrestling news on the internet.
This is crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
which was a big thing in '96. So not
Nice.
you got to think not everyone had a computer in '96.
Yeah, I remember you had to get off the phone. I get off the internet. I have to get on the phone. But all right, Brian, what do you got to plug over there?
Murder My Dude. We are still chugging along. We are actually coming up on the end of our 3rd season. We do 25 episode seasons. This week we did the West Memphis 3. So I did a little teaser on the Facebook page as a clue to what it was, and it was 3 pictures of Sid because Sid is from West Memphis, Arkansas.
Oh.
All right, Andy.
Well, we plugged the hell out of the Atomic Wrestling show in Newmanstown, PA, this Saturday at doors open at 6:30. Bell time at 7, and you can probably get some tickets there, but they would be limited because we're limited to 250 people outside. So
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think I saw on their Facebook page that like this was like a couple hours ago. They had like 10 tickets left. I think.
wow, yeah.
10
So
tickets
yeah,
left.
maybe you can't go, but it will be up on the ACW does have a streaming app. Well, it's a website that you can go to and watch it. I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
but,
let-
just
find
go.
out and send
Just
it
type
to
in
us.
Atomic Wrestling on Facebook or Rogue Warriors and Rogue Women Warriors, and it will come up.
head over to Andy at the show if you're listening and ask him for a Tornado Tag podcast pin. Well, he'll hook you up. Check out Blue and Gold's merchandise over on ProWrestlingTees.com. Just type in Team Blue and Gold, and you can get your own Pro Wrestling Tees Blue and Gold shirt.
Mhm.
You can get our brand new logo. The banner should be coming soon over Andy's head there. And you can grab a new T-shirt and support the podcast. Check out some of the interviews we've done. I am looking to do some video interviews again. So even if you've been on the show and you want to do it again with some video, hit us up. I'm looking to talk to podcasts. I'm looking to talk to wrestlers,
And
managers,
you could do.
promoters.
Doesn't have to be here. It could be from your
Yeah,
house.
we could do it literally. It doesn't have to be on the show, but we could do a separate thing. So definitely hit us up. Thank you for the people who all subscribed today. Steve and Austin, we're getting closer to our 50. Make sure you share, tell your friends about the podcast. And for the people who are hanging out who didn't hit the subscribe, we have 5 viewers. Thank you guys so much for hanging out the whole time. That average viewer count definitely helps us out. If you're enjoying this, let us know. We're trying really hard. Obviously, this is something we wouldn't be able to do today. Is look at Brian looking at sitting on this comfortable chair with a weird looking wall
It
behind. him.
rocks
I don't know.
too.
Yeah.
It's a rocking chair.
Mhm.
But man, it's really fun. I'm really happy that your guys' support has gotten us to the point where we can get this new laptop and do everything. I mean, we were talking shit for a while, saying, "Man, we get this laptop, we're gonna do cool things," and this is one of the products of it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just learning now, but
Well,
we're
yeah,
gonna
all
do
that fancy
cool
stuff is
stuff.
cool.
But we're gonna break out of here. We're gonna get some photos, and put them on social media so you can see what our T-shirts are tonight. If Brian wants to take a photo or whatever, I'm not sure if he's rocking anything. If not, it'll just be us on here. But
It's just a Cactus Jack shirt. I've worn it on the show before.
yeah. So Brian will be hanging out via Zoom for a little while, which is it's all good because he does have a good recording system. But he,
I have a lot of light on my face. Look, I'm very.
yeah, you're a little washed out. We got to figure out what's going on there. We'll fix the light. We'll figure it all out. Yeah. Just say you're real sweaty. You're just really sweaty. The studio.
Yeah,
lights.
I am too. I've got to turn this air on full blast as soon as we're done here.
All right. Well, we'll get out of here. Tornado Attack Podcast. We're out. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you're listening to audio only, here's some no rain checks.